and to the success of the family in the future. Most of them want, the instant gratification of, I want to see you though today. I want you to blow my back out. You know what I mean?
Wait. Wait.
Yo. It has been way too long. This is not your average Joes. We're coming.
We've been getting. Hold on, one second. One second. We have been getting several requests. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? 2 Sundays, no show. People are watching. We thought we'd just slide past. Like, yeah, we got lives, but still, we're meant to give the people what they want.
It's very true. It's very true. It's mad. Several people have been coming at us like this, basically.
How dare you?
Uh-oh. Do that again.
How dare you?
I don't know if it's me, but there's a delay. But yeah, people know. How dare you? How dare you leave us hanging?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. They wanted content, and I'm afraid. Look, we came back to give you content. You know what I mean? But life gets busy. Life hits you hard. But yeah, we keep on going. But yo, the Duke, what have you been up to this week, my man?
Just same old. Med school is tough, but it's fun. It's fun to be in the mix of it all.
The thick of it.
Regardless of what I'm doing, I'm always thinking of this show. Like, what should we do next? What's the best thing to do? When should I make the next slideshow?
the next PowerPoint presentation. Should I do it straight after my med school one, or should I wait, give it a bit of time to breathe? Fairs. Yeah, to be fair with myself, it's been a case of the same in terms of work is going all mad. 2 GPs, we're doing a bit of a crazy one here. The flu campaign is running rampant. We've got to plan it. We've got to plan it. Because the COVID vaccination booster is running at the same time, so it's all crazy out here. So yeah, there's a lot of policies and procedures that need to be reviewed and looked.
How many more boosters are we gonna get? Like, we'll be back 2050 booster 35.
Bro, look,
fuck,
listen,
man?
you get a yearly flu vaccine, don't you? So in my mind, I'm thinking, are you getting a yearly booster as well?
I don't think they can keep up with this.
Yeah,
we need to succeed in herd immunity. Everyone must get it. But okay.
Yeah, man. But we'll see. We'll see how the campaign goes anyway. But yeah, everything's so good, man. So far, I'm doing well, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. But you know what? Today's not about us. It's really not about us. We came with heat. We came with sauce for you guys.
Oh,
and in order to deliver, I feel like it's best heard from the lady's mouth, and we decided to bring on a special guest for you guys. She's very close to me. This is a friend of mine, a very close friend. We've only been acquainted for about what month are we? We're in October, right? So like 9 months. We've only been acquainted for 9 months, but yeah, she's live, she's lit, she's very chill, and I'd like to welcome her to the stream. Her name is Irene. Oh yeah, the rhyming was on point there. Yeah.
Got bars.
Got bars for days. But hey, Irene. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, we'd like to welcome you to the stream. Obviously, everyone knows who we are. But say a little piece about yourself. Who are you? What do you do for a living? Where are you from? That kind of thing.
What you would rather reveal to the world, of course.
Yeah. As much as you're comfortable with.
Birth certificate.
Look, no national insurance numbers. None of that. No passport numbers.
I was about to share that.
No worries. Don't worry. We'll have to bleep it out.
No, thanks guys for having me. So I'm Irene, or Irene. I'm from Guatemala. And yeah, I've been living in London the last 9 months. I came to the UK because I got a scholarship to do my master's degree in Warwick University. And then I got a job in a fintech in the strategy team. So I've been working there. That's why I came to London. And yeah, it's been a good ride since January. So yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, Miss Guatemala.
That's what I'm saying. Miss Guatemala right there. Although actually someone actually already holds that title. You can't call it that.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, so another friend of ours, another mutual friend holds that title. So but maybe she'll come on the show one day as well. But yeah, you have to be Miss G2 for now.
Oh no, I don't like it.
Oh no.
No number 2.
She's like, I'm no one's number 2. I'm no one's backup dancer. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a few topics lined up for you guys today. We're going to be discussing, a mixture. Actually, we're going to be talking about.
Who's there in the chat already?
Is that our boy Ian? Ian,
what's up?
Hello,
welcome back. He's like,
Hi,
where's
Ian.
where you motherfuckers been?
he said, "Yo," he went straight to the point. He was like, "Hey."
Oh wait,
feminist.
what's this titled again? Why
do men still marry when the legal system is, I think it's against them,
stacked against us?
Yep, and then plus feminist interview. That's what we're gonna do. Hey,
special guest.
It's a special guest out here today.
Let's ask Irene. So would you consider yourself a feminist then?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I do consider myself as an yeah.
And how long have you identified as that? Your
So-
whole life, or
I think I have identified myself my whole life with that, but maybe not calling myself as a feminist, but always trying to not fight for, but doing the work towards having more equity in the world. But I think it's important to say when you are a feminist and you're trying that gender, inequalities that exist. And so, I don't know exactly how long, I said like, okay, this is being feminist or this is not. But I guess it started in school and But my values have always been like this, so not something like I just found out and, my life changed completely. But it's something I'm trying to talk about more and read and educate myself. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. And exactly. This is what this podcast is all about. It's seeking to understand. So where people come from and just exchange of information, values, views. But just on that topic, I know you mentioned you've been a feminist for a while. I just want to say, so did you define feminism from your point of view? What does feminism mean to you? Like, what do you think the goal of feminism is?
Yeah, so I would say the goal of feminism is equity, and of course that that has changed towards in the history because it was first that women could vote, and it's now moving towards because now women can vote, of course, but that inequality it still exists towards women against women and men, but it's kind of a movement where we are trying to get that inequality to not exist in a legal but also a social way.
Okay, so
or
just
social
on that.
and legal. I guess social, legal would follow the social part. So yeah.
Yeah. So when you say equity, I mean, sorry, because equity is to do with obviously, for example, you have to kind of make each other equal, but obviously on to different levels. Is that what you're saying, or are you talking about equality?
No, I'm talking about equity.
Equity.
Yeah. Sorry,
over
I'm having some issues with English in this moment.
No worries. That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think I'm talking about equity. Yeah.
Equity. So you're talking about equity. So
yeah.
So in terms of disparity, men versus women, what do you think can be done? Or what's in specific do you think is out of balance or out of match with men and women, where there needs to be equity?
Well, I think oh my God, that's a really broad question, but there's a lot of things that can be done. I mean, just in terms of liberties and freedom, security, how a woman can't walk in the streets in some countries because it's just, you might end up dead. Also opportunities, like work opportunities, studying opportunities, I guess growth opportunities. So that question, we can talk about that a lot, but I guess it's just about how we've been socialized to see that women can't do some things, and I think, can't do or shouldn't do or whatever, which is pretty what you can see in the societies right now, and it will depend on a country. For example, I do see a big difference towards what you see in London and what you see in Guatemala is completely different because The culture is different. The level of develop, this is a way more developed country than Guatemala. But at the end, it's kind of women trying to, being able to do whatever they want and feel free towards that.
Okay, so just to summarize.
One second,
go on,
Moose, before we carry on. Could you check your sound on your side, Moose? Because there's a speaker that's loud and there's an echo. So just to clean up the sound.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Unless do you have YouTube in the background?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Unmute yourself.
Unmute myself.
Get rid of it.
Hold on 1 second.
Well, that would help to stop the echo.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask Irene as well. So you mentioned how in Guatemala, I guess, feminism is definitely, you're saying, is needed there more than, let's say, here in the UK, right? Like
I don't want to say it's needed more.
Equality, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's needed more, but we're definitely not in the level that we are here in the UK. So there's more work to be done there.
Okay, so where do you think, which like nation or part of the world do you think things are more equal for women? If you want to put like the best country to live.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I do see. I mean, of course it's different when you live there, so I can't say from a lot of places. But I was in Germany for quite a while, and I think it's I could see the differences, the strong differences between Guatemala and Germany. But I would say from some things that I have read, maybe the like Norway, Sweden, etc. But I mean, the UK is also pretty. I mean, you can see some data in the UK that there is. I don't want to say like it's perfect. We don't need changes because there's definitely a lot of things to do. But yeah, I guess countries in Europe. The UK. I mean, I'm here. Yeah, Scandinavia. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why I even asked that is just to kind of contextualize how people in the West, view certain plights. So when it comes to feminism, women in, let's say, America or the UK, when they ask for things, it's like, okay, it's definitely different from, let's say, women in Saudi Arabia, where there's less rights for them. They just finally had the opportunity to start driving on the road without any male supervision. So, of course, the only reason why I would say that is feminism here seems to be on a different goal, but then is it really fighting for something that isn't there already? I feel like, when we speak about, Western countries, Europe, they've already reached that point. It's been improving over time. Like first wave feminism, they say, when it came to the right for women to vote, you mentioned that. And then when it came for like after World War I, World War II, when more women were in the workforce. So throughout the late 20th century, we saw huge strides forward, especially in a patriarchal system. Women have already reached that point in the Western world. So now it's like, okay, what is there left to do? So you're saying nothing is perfect yet, but what is left to do? And that's the questions we were going to ask on, for example, jobs. Is there a wage gap? Is there a deliberate discrimination against women earning the same amount as men for the same job? Is that the case? What do you think about that when it comes to wage gap?
I mean, if you Google wage gap, you start seeing some data right away. So yeah, there is a wage gap. It does exist. It's definitely not a myth. It is changing. It is. I mean, the wage gap in the UK compared to the wage gap in Guatemala is completely different. In Guatemala, some women don't even have the opportunity to work, so it's not even talking about wage gap. Whereas, here, I'm not saying it doesn't exist because it definitely does. I was reading some data. I don't remember exactly, but I mean, you can see the percentages and it does exist. So yeah, I think you were saying like, I think in every country, women are fighting for the same. But it's just, of course, in a different level.
It varies, definitely, on a different level. It
varies completely. Like, there are so many nuances. And, of course, I mean, if you hear about Saudi Arabia and women trying to, being able to drive, it's completely different. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's having those, like, equality of rights of being able to succeed or to develop or to, and of course here it's taken for granted that women can drive and women can, I don't know, work, and they don't have to stay at home if they don't want to, etc. But in other countries it's not like that. But at the end it's kind of the same, aim.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So do you think the wage gap is driven mainly because of gender? Do you think that you do? And why would you say that?
Well, I guess it's history. It's male predominated. I mean, the patriarchy system. Oh my God, sorry, I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, it's fine.
It's nominated. It's like, I mean, they are the ones deciding, isn't it? So it is towards gender, and of course we can have this discussion towards race or towards different other things that we can have. It's not the same discussion, but a pretty similar one. But I do think there's something there towards like gender and woman versus men.
And do you think it's the main reason why there's a wage gap? Gender is the main reason.
I mean, we're talking about like gender wage gap, right? Or
so the wage gap as a whole. So we're just talking about the differences in pay and why they occur. And then I'm just asking you if you think that the reason for that occurrence, is it mainly based on gender? And you're saying yes, you believe it's mainly based on gender, mainly based on gender. So what if I was to ask you, what do you think about choice? Like men and women's choices when it comes to working. What do you think about that?
What do you mean?
Jobs, so the jobs, what about the jobs that we take, the jobs that we choose to take? So for example, men tend to be more geared towards things, like, they're more geared towards things like engineering, for example, whereas women are more usually geared towards the humanities, for example, like, like nursing, for example, So what do you think about that?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that determines or, that kind of impacts it slightly?
No, I think this is another whole discussion. So I think when you say like guys or men, tend to go more for engineering, or we can also say men have more handiwork, work like plumbers or I don't know, construction, etc. Whereas women do more things like nursing. I think you were saying. I think this is something that we have learned towards like history. It's a learning behavior, and this shouldn't define where you like. I mean, so for example, I think there's a word for this, but there's not enough women scientists because they don't see enough examples of women being a scientist, right? Because we learn inherently, like through socialization, that we are not supposed to be scientists, or we're not supposed to be plumbers, or we're not supposed to be construction workers. And then, throughout that learning behavior, it's also like the same with guys not being, I don't know, nannies or nurses, or because society tells us not a lot of people do that. There's something for scientists, except like when a woman becomes a scientist or a well-known scientist, they become something else as well, which is giving the example to other women that they can become one. And I think this is really interesting because who says that a man would be better at doing construction than a girl? Is that something that, I mean, tell me about it? Like, of course.
Okay, but I'm not gonna delve into that part of it specifically because that's to do with physicality. That's slightly different. So biology
doesn't have to do with physicality. Like, construction. You picked a very that's a very hands-on task which requires you to. But I digress. I'm gonna all I'm gonna say to you is, what about the societies which have stemmed away? So those societies you mentioned in the beginning, like Norway, which are more considered egalitarian.
Before we move on, bro, sorry.
Yeah.
Before we move on,
Go ahead, Thames.
I want us to share a screen of the sort of research based on, the wage gap, and there are several, studies that kind of sort of debunk the ideology based on that. And could you share the first screen, please?
The first screen. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So when there are several articles, but they all stem from the same data. So, women earn less because they take lower paid jobs. I mean, that's obviously overtly trying to debunk the claim of the wage gap. Women are more likely to work in less productive and lower paid industries, which partly explains why they earn less than men, according to research. I mean, further on.
Okay, but
One
sorry.
second before you carry on, just to mention, you guys mentioned, the different types of jobs and how you think that women aren't encouraged to pursue those jobs. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's a social construct, or the reality is that women just prefer more admin type of roles, or even in the more high paying jobs like medicine and sciences, they will take more biosciences than engineering jobs in the STEM field? It's not that women are less able to, they just choose not to. So in the Western world, where we have a choice to pick all our degrees, we have a choice to pick, any course you want to apply for, women still decide to pick these careers. And when it comes to university attendance, there are more women, like over half, let's say 60% of women in every university, yet they pick more humanities and life sciences than maths or engineering.
Yeah, I think this backs up the argument I was having, which is they are definitely not encouraged to pursue those kind of, studies, if that's either studies or, practicing whatever they have to practice to become whatever they want to. So I don't think this debunks the wage gap. I think this is a whole different problem, and it's a big problem, which is basically through social conduct, women are not being encouraged to pursue. It's not about pursuing higher paid jobs or lower paid jobs. It's about pursuing what they want, but they don't even know there's an opportunity for a woman to be there because there's not enough women in that area. So it's definitely through socialization or like a social construct that they don't even think they could be there, and they are not encouraged to feel that. I mean, back home, I don't know, like when a woman, and I mean medicine, you have, I guess every time more women that become doctors. But I do hear the conversation of, oh, are you going to become a doctor? How are you going to be a mom? Nobody's going to be interested in you.
Right.
You're going to be so busy. So of course, how many women decide not to follow it just because of a social construct? And then of course they take some, I don't know, humanitarian study, you were saying, maybe, let's say, and then they take a lower paid job. That's not a wage, that doesn't debunk the wage gap. It's a completely different story. The wage gap would be...
That's the thing. 1 second. When it comes to the data that tries to support wage gap, they do not contextualize the type of jobs men are taking or that women aren't taking. And so they just look at hourly pay based on how long a man is working and or a woman is working, and they differ by difference, but they never check the type. So it's been debunked a few times, but the movement is still strong. I get what you mean about promoting it more to women, to pick more STEM courses, more, competitive courses. But the thing is, we live in the West, we live in Europe. And for example, when it comes to me growing up with my female peers, my sisters, we had the same opportunities, and plus it was promoted towards women more. So we're using just the context of like Europe and America, where it's encouraged. In fact, women get more sponsorships and scholarships to pursue STEM courses. So it's like
because there's not enough women pursuing it.
Yeah, so it's trying to
they're overcompensating.
Yeah, we're overcompensating for that, but we're encouraging it in order for them to get into it. But still,
yeah. But how many scholarships are in the world?
Oh, no. For example, I'll give an example. In the Scandinavian countries we mentioned, like Norway and Sweden, they promote it even more. In fact, undergraduate courses are free there when it comes to, citizens who, live there throughout their whole life. They can go in, free tuition, pick anything you want. You can pursue your masters. You can get what you need. But in the more egalitarian countries, it seems like, when women are given the opportunity as much as men, they choose not to because of those other social, ideas that, hey, maybe a woman might want to settle down earlier. She doesn't want to take a course or a career that might take her 15 years to start earning a good living. And so men are more likely to push for that because they know that, okay, I want to grind, I want to make money, I'll just do engineering or computer science, and spend 10, 15 years trying to get to that point. But women are like, I want to finish my undergraduate, master's maybe, and then, settle down and then have a good, decent job, paying job. So on average, women aren't avoiding those jobs because it's too male dominated. They're avoiding it because they have other plans.
Priorities?
Yeah, other priorities.
Okay, so wait, there's a lot of things here. The first one is I understand how the wage gap is measured. I think there are other ways to measure it, and I think it has been measured before. I can't go into depth with it because, to be honest, I haven't, prepared myself to talk about it. But I remember reading in other places the wage gap being measured in a different way. Still, it's interesting to see how it is measured and why is it measured like that. And I think that could be a really good discussion to have. I mean, it doesn't have to be today because I think we would have to know a bit more about it. But even why are we measuring it? What is the narrative we want to talk towards it?
What's the goal?
Why, why are the calculation like that? I mean, statistics are always, with statistics, you can always show what you want to show in both ways. Like if there's a wage gap or not, you can. So it's always like, it's important that we get into the, why is it measured like this? Is it measured correctly? Do we have to change the measure then? Not just, not for me to show you, there's a wage gap, but for it to be in a proper way, in a proper calculation that we need. So that's one thing that you were talking about. The other one is, I think, first, like you were talking about, we live in Europe, we have the same opportunities. I think it's a bit, I love that you guys are doing a podcast about feminism and, like men versus women, etc. But I don't think you can say we have the same opportunities. I think that's something you have to listen to women say it. Because, I mean, of course, I always say I have the same opportunities. I mean, a lot of people can, could have done this, could have come to a master's, could have come, apply to a scholarship. But I don't know the intrinsic, inside that person. And I understand, there's a lot of rationality behind this, but there's also a lot of, emotional effects. I don't want to say emotional, but...
Yeah, I was going to, just to add on to what you're saying, why do you think there are more women in higher education than men in Western countries? Because if it's not then it's not like, the opportunities are not there. So we're saying there's no equal opportunity. I understand that, we can debate that, but then how come universities are more filled with women than men? And it's actually growing exponentially as
Well,
as the years
first
go
of all,
by.
I would say because women are 52% of the population, so we are more. So there's more women.
We're talking based on, when we look at the data in terms of, high school to higher education, the same boys and the same girls, but the boys are less likely to pursue higher education. They showed the stats, especially in the UK, the predominant working class boys tend to go into construction and they don't pursue higher education where they could actually pursue a higher paying job, while women do. So, when it comes to guys and girls, every year it seems like we're reaching 60% to 65% more girls than guys. And you're saying that, the women make up majority of the population just by a few percentage. But when it comes to higher education, they still dominate. I mean, but then we start looking at specific courses they do, right? So we might look at the biosciences, there are more women. But in engineering, computer science, mathematics, all the tech jobs, still it seems as if all the guys take it. Well, they apply for it. For example, my sister, she's doing chemical engineering. She says she's one out of 4 girls in her class, and there's a class of 90 students, and the rest are guys. She pursued it the same way they pursued it. I mean, she was interested in chemistry. She did, all of that. She had that opportunity throughout school, like all the other kids in school. But it seems as if when it comes to university, the STEM jobs, the STEM careers, boys gravitate towards, and the girls gravitate to other things. But we know that STEM degrees pay the most in terms of career prospects. So why do you think that is? Is it because women avoid those jobs? Because is it because the society says they shouldn't pursue engineering?
Yeah, I think it's a social construct, as we already mentioned. Like, it's, I don't know, I guess, I'm not sure if it's about engineering or STEM, but it is a social construct. How many girls do you see in STEM? Exactly what you're saying, not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I was raised under, let's say, I mean, I'm imagining this, and all my cousins, nobody followed a STEM career. Why would I? It's really, it's something that is intrinsically in your society, in your family, in your friends, and it's really difficult to just kind of break the ice and say, no, I'm gonna follow the STEM. It's really cool your sister did, and it's really cool women are starting to do it. It's what it's supposed to happen. I completely agree. But it's not something, I mean, it's something that even your dad might say, what? No, you're a girl, you're not becoming an engineer. And then if you don't even have your dad's support, it's really difficult. So that's what I was saying, like something like, it's different to talk about it in an intellectual way. We can talk about numbers and etc. And it will show the same, but it's also an emotionally way, how you were raised, what your values were. So yeah, I really think it's a social construct that I hope we get out of it. And I think it is somehow starting to happen in some countries maybe, or in some families, or, in some group of friends, etc. It's something that is more discussed now than it was before, but definitely there's not enough. And I mean, we go back to what we were saying about, for example, you have, let's say there's we have the country or the world, right? And there's 100 scientists, let's say, or 100 engineers. And then out of 100 engineers, 2 are women. Can I say that? I don't know exactly the data, but or 4 are women. Who's gonna win the prize to the best engineer?
The best 96% engineer.
Of the chances.
The best engineer. Whoever does the best.
Yeah, but there are so many women that didn't even get there. And
but it doesn't matter.
It's gonna, 96% of the chances are it's gonna be a man, and then women again don't have that example to look up to. You know what I mean?
But the system, so the system is usually built.
Sorry, one second. I don't want us to go into circles because
we
all get the point, right? The purpose is, yes, it could be social construct, and then the wage gap can be described differently. But I would say this: what it would be the goal then? Is it to, you mentioned equity, so essentially encouraging, let's say, more female CEOs, putting them in those positions and giving them extra help, right, in order to get to that same position as men, right?
What do you mean by
let me give you an example. Like, let's say we need more girls in STEM courses, so we're gonna give as many scholarships to girls to enter it so that we can get 50% of boys and girls in STEM courses to encourage that. Is that what you think? Maybe that would be the perfect.
I think that's a really good question. Like, the thing is that the social construct is not going to change by having scholarships. It's the same problem you have with having scholarships to developing countries. Then you give a lot of scholarships to Guatemala, let's say, and they are just wasted.
I'm just saying, I know, I get the financial aspect behind it. I'm saying that let's just imagine if we found a solution to something to encourage girls to enter it until it reaches 50-50, right? Like 50.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like 50-50 exactly. It doesn't have to be 50-50, but it's encouraging.
What's the goal?
The thing is that sorry?
What's the goal then? Like, in all these jobs that there aren't as many girls because of social construct.
Yeah, I don't think women have even the possibility in their head that they can study a STEM. Well, not STEM necessarily, but some of the studies that you are mentioning. So what I'm saying is, yeah, let's give scholarships. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna say no, but is that gonna change? Is that gonna make me go into Google and type, is there scholarships for girls for this? If my dad doesn't support it, if my friends don't support it, if my society don't support it, or not support it, but not encourage it, and actually is that a word? I don't know, like discourage, not encourage, but discourage it. Is that gonna change? let's make a law. Well, yeah, let's make a law that
But
women
that's
are.
what I'm saying.
are
Like the way the guys on the panel, the way we think is, anytime we think of a problem, we want to know the
The
solution.
solution. We want to see
Yeah,
the
the
ending.
solution. So if you're saying, let's say the wage gap is a problem, how are we
Yep.
going to fix it? But if you're saying, oh, it's a social construct, there's nothing we could do, women will still not.
No, I know.
pursue
I'm not
these
saying there's
jobs.
nothing. We can't. We have to change those social constructs.
Yeah,
And if it's
so
by
that's what
starting to give scholarship-
feminism is asking, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you're saying that's what feminists are asking for, that if we want a change, we have to do something. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, so
asking,
if-
I don't know what
no.
would
Yeah,
be the solution.
I agree. So yeah, of course we also want solutions, but is it just a scholarship? Is it something else? I'm not saying no. As I said, that can be something that can start encouraging women, and then by starting encouraging women, the discussion changes in the group of friends, because now there are 4 women studying it, and then that changes, because it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. They are studying STEM, and then the next generation, or I don't know, the more friends, they are like, oh, there are 4 women in my group of friends that are studying this that I never thought of. I actually have a chance there. Cool. And then if it starts with scholarships, cool.
Okay,
let's
so
start it with
scholarship to one side. You mentioned how wage gap can be described in a different way. Let's say unequal pay. So we'll pick one job, and then there's a man and a woman. Are you saying that there's some jobs where women are paid less than men on purpose because she's a woman?
Yeah, I believe so. But I don't have data here to support this. But I can find some and send it to you.
We're gonna touch it. So before we carry on, if you can just shout out to the chat just to see what
I'm
everyone
gonna go.
is saying.
I'm gonna go through the chat. I'm gonna go through. I'm holding my tongue right now. I'm just like, I want to go off, but I'm just gonna chill.
Make sure we
we keep it
conversation's
succinct.
going well right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna keep it
carry on.
succinct. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Before
Yeah.
you read, the chat can get real savage. So
Yeah, the chat
Don't
can
worry
get savage,
about
Irene. Don't worry. Just
It's
focus
fine.
on us. Focus on us. Yeah. So Ian said the quality of what, but I
Equity.
think you've already gone into that as well. Then equity with the eyes from T. Welcome to the chat, T. And then our boy Zach's come in. He's saying
Stop the
he's saying
cap.
big. He's saying he's big.
Fuck you lying. Why you always lying? Oh my gosh. Stop fucking lying.
Oh man.
Well, I have to say something about one of the comments. She's lying about learning behavior. University are throwing scholarships. Women are deciding not to. I think we already discussed this. And I'm not lying about learning behavior. I mean, you can read a lot of books about it.
I won't call it lying. I would say you have the same views as many feminists. So it's not like you say things we've heard before. So it's not really a lie, unless you have a secret you don't want to tell us. But I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think learning behavior is something that happens, and that's how we have developed, like human beings have continued growing and evolving, and it's something that, I mean, it has changed. Otherwise, we would be why would you explain the changes between, I don't know, 500 years ago and now? And so I think learning behavior is something that really describes how, well, first of all, we learn throughout our behavior, but also how social construct plays a really big role in, our relations and with how we behave in the world, I guess.
Okay, so we can jump back to the topic on unequal pay. So we know wage gap can be seen statistically, but if we're stemming it to unequal pay, has there been examples of where women are paid less because they're women? I would say that would be considered illegal. You can't pay someone who's working the same hours, same workload as a man and getting paid less because she's a woman. In the UK, in America, I mean, most definitely in third world countries, there's plenty of inequality with gender, with race, with ethnicity. People are prejudged and paid less. I understand, but when we live in the Western world, your payroll should be equal to the amount of pay anyone in that company of the same position is getting paid, or else it'll be illegal. You can literally sue, for being unequal, the inequalities in your workplace. So I'm trying to figure out, where is this happening? Because they can easily fight for it, because we have a security basis. We have an NI card number, everything to protect you from unequal pay. So when it comes to that gender ideology, where is this? And I've tried to search it, but you can let me know.
Is this because, like, are you saying, me and you are in the same company?
Same company, same role.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I was talking about, for example, different, like, same position but different companies, or how in average you can see those differences. Of course, I understand that's completely illegal if the what I was saying, like you and me in the same company, same position, same time being there, I don't know, same experience before. But pay discrimination is something that happens. I understand now what you meant, and yeah, of course, in the same company and same, I don't know if that happens or not.
Okay.
But pay discrimination is something that is there, and it's, I think there's like plenty of studies towards that, like seeing how much a woman earns in the same position title in the same industry as a man in a different company, of course. And I don't know, there's a lot of.
I would say there are plenty of studies that debunk the idea that it's on purpose, because when it comes to looking at different companies for the same role, it depends on the appraisal process. Like you've worked in different jobs where you can negotiate your pay rise. Like let's say you've worked there for 6 months and you can have a meeting with your boss and say, okay, I want a higher wage now because I've worked this amount. That's basically where it leads to. So I've got a few links that Moose, I'm on fire right now with the links. There are a few here when it comes to gender pay disparities. Apparently, women aren't negotiating enough. So I'm going to click one of these. Hopefully, it's a good one.
I was going to say that.
60% of women say they've never negotiated a salary, and many quit their job. Wow. Let me put that. I'm going to stop the screen.
Don't you? Okay.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
I mean, I was going to say that, but as my argument, which is women don't even feel secure enough to be able to negotiate their salaries.
What do you mean?
So I mean, you're using that argument, saying like women don't negotiate.
But then again, it's to a level of individual decision. Yeah. It's not that
it's a choice.
Women
no. I mean,
are you saying women are afraid to do it because they're threatened by the male dominated role?
They might lose their job if they ask for a raise. They are not.
But the thing is, men go through the same. Men in the same job. So this is how the dynamic. This is why we our channel isn't about men versus women. It's about explaining why men act differently and women act differently. And it could be social construct, but in the same way, if we put ourselves in where there's no society and men and women are placed in nature to survive, you will see a dynamic that men behave a certain way. Most men, on average, are driven to be protective of the group, while women are driven to be more nurturing, more negotiating. We have strengths in different ways. Women are more social, they're more calibrated to interact with people, to network, while men are more hands-on. That's why we might pick more difficult jobs, more physically labor careers, because that's just how hardwired to do. It's almost biology. So you've got social construct and then you've got biology. Men are more aggressive. Can we agree or disagree? What do you think? When I say men are...
No. I mean, there is a biological difference, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And then it is summed up with the learning behavior we were talking about. Yeah.
Yes. So when I say men are more aggressive, more assertive, and they behave more dominant, I won't say it's just a social construct. I would say it is in biology. Men tend to be more physical. So if they are eager for a pay rise, they're more likely to fight for it.
I mean, in the century we live now, I don't know if physical and dominant should be in the same kind of sentence. I think it's completely different now. I understand why it was like that. I completely do. But nowadays, I don't think. I mean, I don't know about the dominant part because men are more physically, stronger. I guess. I understand it was like that centuries ago, but nowadays it's not about
the reason why I would say physically stronger. I brought that up to explain why naturally if men are physically stronger, they're more likely to take more handiwork like plumbing, bricklaying, construction work compared to women. And that's explaining why we have different habits to career work, jobs. But then when we're doing the same jobs, even in like an office space, we are more likely to fight for promotion than women. I mean, it's not that women are less competitive. It's just when you put yourself with a man, let's say we're having a race on a track. Yeah. Normally, it's not appropriate for men and women to run in the same race or competition because men are more likely to be faster or, have a different muscle composition. So in a workplace, we have that same mentality. It's about to fight. While women, it's like, I've got the job. They're more comfortable in that position, and fighting for something is more aggressive. Do you understand? So
basically you're saying women tend to be more agreeable than men.
More agreeable, yes. So I post.
That's basically it.
Musondo, sorry, you can carry on explaining. I've got the link there. Yeah. So carry on, Miss.
Oh no, I was literally just all I was gonna just say is that we're less like women and men. Women are less likely to argue negotiate their pay because they are more agreeable. So if I'm to say to you, hey, look, your salary is going to be 40,000 for the year, you're more likely to take it than a guy who, let's say, would be more likely to say, you know what? No, actually, I want 44,000 or I want, 43,000. And then they may negotiate down to 41. And then that leads to the disparity in pay usually. Because what usually happens, when it comes to the wage, let me just finish my point here. When it comes to the wage gap / the gender pay gap, they always look at it unilaterally or univarally. So it's one thing that they're measuring, and we know that because it's multiple factors that come into play when it comes to discussing the wage gap. It's not just gender. I'm not saying it doesn't play a factor. It does play a factor. It is gender, but then there's also other things to do with, such as personality type, which is the agreeableness part that I just mentioned. There's also the type of job you're more likely to pick. Men on average do more dangerous jobs. Do you know that over 90% of work-related deaths are guys? You won't see women on a, let's say, have you seen World's Most Dangerous Catch, where those guys are on the fisher boats and they're doing a madness in the sea? You won't see many women doing that. And it's because of the way that we are wired. We have it's not, again, Temi did, the Duke did point on this. Our channel isn't about men versus women. It's about men and women understanding each other. Our brains, when you take a scan of our brains, it's actually been proven that it's more complementary than it is, as opposed or opposition, or, they supersede on each other. So they're meant to work together. We need each other. Exactly. So if you go back 500 years, there's a reason why I'm the one lifting, but you're the one nurturing or berry picking or whatever it might be, because that's how the society is, or that's how society was built to thrive. And even now you can see, when it comes to the patriarchal hierarchy, what I can see is, yes, there are the patriarchy, there are bits. Okay, look, I'm not saying it's perfect. It's not a perfect system. There is no perfect system in the world, and I agree there are some bits where it can become oppressive, sure, but we have to look at also the good in it too. It's built on a system of competency, meaning that you get to the top because you deserve to be there, and you have the opportunity to apply to be a CEO as a woman. You 100%. And look, it doesn't matter if out of 100 candidates, if you have the best score out of those 100 candidates, whether you're a man or a woman. Remember, there's no difference in IQ between a man and a woman. That's been proven as well. The IQ is the same. So if it's competency based, if you are the best plumber, if you are the best, bricklayer, if you are the best real estate agent, man or woman, you're going to be top of the league. But it's just pushing to the top of the league. That initial push to get there, usually it's the guys that will take that leap instead of the women, because of other responsibilities that come in. And again, I'm going to use the family aspect of it, where it's like, if I take that responsibility, it will take me away from being able to raise a family, or it will take me away from being able to do other things. Whereas guys, such as, we're more likely to be like, you know what, 15, 20 years, I don't mind giving that up. That's fine. I'll grind. I'll get to the top to be a provider, or to be someone who can take care of myself and anyone that may come under my wing or whatever it might be. So that's where I just disagreed with what you guys, not you guys, but what you were saying, Irene, where it was just it's a societal thing and stuff like that. I don't agree with that society stuff, because again, even when, like I said, Jordan B. Peterson, he's done multiple, he's looked at studies where in an egalitarian society where they've actually tried to push that, push the narrative of, okay, you know what, let's get rid of the societal construct. Let's leave women and men to pick their own choices, go their own separate ways. They end up usually just coming back to picking what we were saying before, engineering, nursing, because again, we can't overwrite our biological programming. It's like your firmware. You always resort back to your default if you're given the choice. So the society bit, when you remove it, we just end up going back to our natural roles, which again, I think it gets similar to, the Scandinavian countries. But that's
I'm not gonna lie. There are obviously some women in plumbing, some very few.
100%. There are
jobs, these harder jobs, but of course the average or the majority tend to sway towards more of the, traditionally female roles, female jobs like nursing and social work and humanities and academics.
I think we're getting into a circle now, so I'm gonna try to stop that circle, but I don't agree. I think it's a learning behavior. So of course, this discussion towards biology and learning behavior can continue. I'm happy to continue if you guys want. I'm just feeling we're getting into circles.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we're agreeing to disagreeing, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I do think women don't go to a lot of jobs because they don't see women in that jobs, and they are not encouraged to pursue those. They are not supported to pursue those, and that's something that needs to change. I'm happy to see in 50 years if we change all of that. To see
but
where
they tried to do that.
Wait. But we should move on. But I want to ask a question, just so we don't, repeat the same thing. But do you think women want to go into more military? Like, are you saying that the government isn't encouraging women to join the military or plumbing jobs?
I don't know if women want jobs, but I guess a lot of women don't even think about it because they don't even have the platform to be able to have that as an option. But
yes, they do. Yeah, so 100%. Are you saying a woman can't be a waste collector? Because they don't have the opportunity?
They can. No, they can. Definitely, they can. You see women being waste collectors. You also see. I saw a company that is just like women as plumbers, I think, and it's just women, and they are really successful. So of course, the opportunity, but it's the idea and the social construct that doesn't let you even have the option in your head or in your, society, family, whatever. It's the same point I already made.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. But
this is a bit. I'm getting very itchy with it because it's like saying that there's no way we could do it because in people's heads we can't.
No, I'm not saying
overnight.
There's no way we can do. No. It has changed over time.
But it's been done.
Are you saying that eventually we'll get there, and basically there's nothing else we can intervene on?
No. I think we are doing there is plenty of initiatives encouraging this to get.
That's why I can't agree with. Wait, you're saying that even if you said that even if we encourage women to go into it, they still won't change their mind because it's social construct.
No,
so there's no way we could do.
No, there is no. I think that's the problem. And yes, the solution has been, for example, there's a big difference in the UK than in Guatemala, right? Guatemala is not encouraged as much as here. I don't think here is enough encouraged, or the platforms, or the how to say the society, or the social constructs are like definitely ready for that, but it's completely different. So I'm not saying that's the same in every country and in every place. I'm saying we still need work to be done there. You, for example, for you guys is like you are saying, my sister did it.
Yeah. So we've clarified it's different in different countries. I get it, but where's already things have already improved. We're saying that what more can we do to change the trend? And I've said basically we've done the best right now, and it's all up to women to decide eventually. So maybe the trend will change. Maybe 100 years from now we'll see 50-50 in different roles. But right now it's like we're not really. There's no need to fight. It's just that with time
We've just got to
we'll
see.
see that. Yeah.
I'm
convinced.
I'm
it
even
won't
finished.
change.
I'm going past that. I'm even going past that to say that
Yeah.
look, that study with Jordan B, they've already done it, and we've already seen
tried.
the result.
and-
They've tried to do it. They've tried
So
to
you're
do
saying
that.
we should wait? We should carry on.
So
for
you
even
should.
longer?
Are you saying? Yeah. So you're saying just wait to see even 40,
another 50 years? If we are
Another
doing
50.
more to
Alright.
intervene, then
Okay,
let's see.
fine.
So okay,
Alright,
we'll
say less.
We'll see. Hopefully, yeah. I want to move on to
I
what do you
did want
think
to talk about. Sorry.
Yeah, just the next question in the list is about what do you think about women deciding on starting a family or career? What do you think about that? Like, if most women prefer to start a family early than pursue a career, is that because of social construct, or is it because they just know they need to prepare on time?
I think, I'm sorry, but I do have to talk about that article you shared about 60%
Okay.
women not negotiating,
let's go
because
back.
I don't think we tackled it. We just went back to the first topic. And I think this is showing you if 60% of women are not ready to negotiate about their salary, there's something wrong, no? I mean, you're like, because you guys were talking about, no, this is like an individual
Is it
thing, and then you
because
can actually
but
do
you
it.
can answer
But
that
I think,
question.
I mean, they were either raised like about how to say, like we teach girls since
to be
young
nicer,
to be shamed,
agreeable.
like to have shame, to be nicer, to shut up, because someone, I mean, we do that. So
Well,
of course, in your like
the
you
article,
are
the
also
article was
wired.
pointing. One second. The article
Sorry.
was pointing to the fact that women would rather move jobs that maybe pay more than negotiate in the same company.
Yeah,
So
but it would be interesting then to see why. And why women do
I'm
it.
trying to figure out the reason why they do it.
Uh-huh.
Is it perpetuated by the patriarchy, or is it just because they choose to? So it's like I'm saying it is because they choose to. You saying is because
You say it's because they choose to.
yeah,
Mhm.
they
Just because
prefer
I don't
not
want to negotiate. I prefer to change jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that. But it's
So-
fine. I just wanted to say, like, if we see 60%, it's a pattern, definitely, right? So it would be, I mean, I haven't read this article. It's the first time I see it, of course. But to understand where is it coming from, and then because you guys were saying, well, guys are more dominant, they are more like, out there being like, I'm gonna negotiate this.
Yeah.
Then what are you guys saying? Yeah, that's how it is. So women just leave and guys can be more dominant or whatever, like out there to negotiate it, and that's
No, it's just
I
that
mean,
if in order to compete in the workforce, we know what to do. Men and women know what to do. Is to compete. Is to negotiate. It's not like women can't do it, so forget about it. We're saying that you can behave and act. That's what we talk about. Well, people have to act more masculine in the job. A lot of women are in CEO positions, executive positions, because they do what those other men do in their position. But it's just that most
but
women
a lot of women
would rather not do it because it's a different mindset. Because men and women think differently.
yeah,
To
that's
a
where
larger
I wanted
different-
I wanted to go deeper into. I mean, we don't have to, but into why is that mindset different? Where does it come from? And that's the important. Like, that's
Thousands
the
of years of
important-
Thousands of
It's
years
not that
ago.
it's not like you think. Yeah, I mean, that's why I just consider this article to be showing another important subject to talk about when we talk about feminism, etc., than to debunk a wage gap. I really think this is another argument, and it is worth discussing, definitely, which we have been doing. I don't think this article is made, I don't know if the objective of the article, of course, but I don't think it is debunking anything about wage gap. I mean, I'm not saying there is nothing debunking the wage gap. I guess there has been, plenty of studies which
it's
I
not
haven't read.
necessarily deep. It's not
But I mean,
necessarily.
you showed
One
this
second.
article.
One second. It's not necessarily to debunk wage gap. It's to explain the wage gap. You understand? It's because what you would say is that the wage gap is caused by unequal pay. So we would be debunking unequal pay because that's illegal.
Yep.
But this is trying to prove why there's a wage gap. You get it? It's not because of men and women are given different treatment. Is that men and women act differently in the workforce? That's what all the data and studies. I've got like 20 plus articles and statistics that kind of place onto it.
Yeah, but then I mean, I really don't think this debunks that. And then I mean,
We're not debunking wage gap. We're debunking unequal pay because you can say that there's no company that would pay a woman less because she's a woman.
I understand. I mean, we already went through that.
And that's the only thing that's being debunked. One
thing is negotiating. Another thing is getting a raise. Have you seen how many women get a raise when other guys get a raise? I mean, people can't get a raise without negotiating a raise, for example. That happens a lot. I understand.
Okay, that really depends on the company or industry you're working in.
But
Let's say
that's another study, which would be really interesting to see because that's you
broaden. No. That's you broadening the explanation of negotiation. If you're talking about pay rise and negotiating pay, that's a completely broader concept. Because if we talk about one career, like let's say you're a nurse or a doctor, you're not negotiating pay there because that's like your work is pay, your expertise is pay. It's never negotiated. But we talk about business and administration or investment. Yeah, that's where they negotiate. Okay, a bonus after a deal or this and that. There's a difference in the way men and women behave in those jobs because you have to negotiate.
Yeah. But I mean that is another discussion that we kind of had, right? But there's also other policies that are you get a bonus if you do this, or you get a raise if you get to this amount of sales, and those kind of things won't. I mean, it would be interesting to say. I'm saying because I haven't seen those studies.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not just about it's not just about the man being out there having the. You guys are saying about the biologically you're more out there, you're more dominant, you're cool, okay, we already discussed that, but it's also about how the policies in the workplace. Do you get a bonus? Do you get a raise? Like that would be interesting to see the difference between men and women, if there isn't. So it's not just about this part of argument. If there's another whole bunch that doesn't have to be necessarily driven by the man being more dominant and the woman not asking for it and going away.
So would you say that if I said to you,
which I don't agree with,
if I said to you the policies in a company, because again, where I work, it's the same, like, and I'm in charge of these things. So the policy in the company is the same, regardless of gender. And you're able to negotiate your pay. Who do you think is more likely to negotiate their pay? That's where we're coming from. It's on the balance of probabilities, who's more likely to go for that negotiation of pay. That's that's the standpoint we're coming from. It's not about, I get it. We've gotten to the point, I think in the society we're in right now, I think we've gotten to the point where we can say that when you enter a company, you're given the opportunity to negotiate your pay from the jump in the interview. You can say to them, look, what you're asking for 40,000. If you got an offer of 40,000 for the job you're in right now, would you be happy to take that? Right? And you may say yes in your head, intrinsically, you may say, yeah, I'm fine with that. Or 40,000 is okay for me, which is individual. And I'm saying on the balance of probabilities, what usually happens is guys will tend to be like, yes, I'm happy with 40,000, but I'm gonna push for 44. And then they'll negotiate them down. And you have the opportunity to do the same thing. It's just that you won't do the same. You won't do the same thing, or you'll choose not to do the same thing. You're more likely to say.
I understand this argument, and I
but the
policy,
but policy-wise, it's the same. There's no. It's illegal. It's illegal to pay people differently based on their gender.
No, that I know that we already covered, and I understand what you're saying and what this article is trying to say. I guess. So yeah, it's just I'm trying to add other factors to the discussion, which would be interesting to have. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
Okay, no, 100%. I agree. All right. So sorry, just to go through the chat because we haven't shouted out the chat. Your Black Bell Media. Just a quick shout out to you as well. Thank you for engaging. Ian is mad active today. You love to see it. Men have to fight to survive. Women can basically cooperate to survive. We seem to have lost Irene. I'm sure she'll be back in a second. Ian, 6 people. We need 6 likes. He's right. 6 people in the chat. We want 6 likes as well. Do it. You love to see it.
And whoever's watching during pre-recorded, just hit the like button. Thank you.
Hit the like button, please like and subscribe. All the engagement helps us, positive, negative, whatever it might be. Yes. These opportunities. I was gonna say. I feel like you should have asked that question as well. This is mistaking average men for high value men. Hi Ian again. Companies rarely get raises. You almost have to negotiate for pay. I'll bring her into the chat in 1 second. And yes, Ian, with the hit the like and subscribe button. Ian, we appreciate you, man. It's been real watching you contribute to the chat, man.
Back.
You're popping off.
We thought we chased you off.
I thought you rage quit. I was like, oh no.
Oh, never. No.
But no, like I said, it's really interesting. Like I said, I'm enjoying this, in the sense that I really like to see how people think and the reasons for why they think that way. So I'm like, thank you for coming on, and it's been a good debate so far, and I hope the viewers are also enjoying themselves too. I think Ian is having a right laugh in the chat right now. Let's continue. Sorry, the Duke, you were about to segue into another question on topic.
I mean, we hope you don't feel outnumbered or anything. You're very
I'm just
civil, so this is a healthy discussion, of course. Of course, we have our strong views because we read into these things a lot and discuss it. But have we covered everything then? Have we kind of nipped it in the bud on the wage gap? And so essentially, it's not about the phrase bunking the wage gap. It should be reworded because the wage gap is there. It's just that
I think it's a case of what
differently to what feminists mostly say. So
so they say gender pay gap. They say gender, but feminists
no. The wage gap is apparently is an unequal pay based on gender. Is the argument, and we're saying no is because of the decisions people make in the workplace, men and female. So so we can have that agree to disagree. We can touch on it again if you want, but there are other questions, aren't there?
There's so many more, bro.
Well,
so many more.
We don't have to do so many.
We don't have to do no. But I mean, there's many questions to delve into, but there's only a few that we want to kind of touch on. I think you actually started to go over one. Should women prioritize work over family? So what do you think about that? As a feminist, what do you think women in general should have a go in? So if a woman wants to pursue a family, which is the more traditional sense, or a career first, like what would you say? Maybe for you, and then what people on average.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say, wow, Ian, you're now in my team. That's cool. It would be cool to discuss with you.
Hey, he turned someone on your side.
I was like, Ian's out here like Millie Rock.
It would be. I mean, I'm seeing his comments, so it would be pretty interesting to discuss with him one day. But I think the question itself, I mean, why are we not asking should men prioritize work or families, or why are we not asking should parents?
But we do. No. We discussed this a lot on the show. So it's like us. We've already had that discussion. I'm just asking,
like, is this just woman?
So then for you,
me as Irene, I do want to. So right now I'm giving a lot of importance to my professional development and personal growth as well. I do want to be a mom. I have always wanted to. I think my personality and everyone that knows me is like, oh my God, when you're a mom.
100%, you'd be a good mom for sure.
So I think I would. I think it's something really important in my life goals, I guess. So as for me, that's it. But I do want to continue paying a lot of attention to my professional development. There's also something pretty interesting, which is I don't know in what circumstance I'm gonna be, but maybe I do have to do a bit of, I don't know who the dad is gonna be. I don't know a lot of things.
Searching.
So there's a lot of assumptions here, but sometimes people prioritize work because that's the way they can give, the life to their children. So it's a really difficult question because I'm definitely not giving up my professional life when I become a mom. That's not something I want to. And I'm definitely gonna look for something that allows me to spend a bit more time with my children. If the situation is such as, I am the main breadwinner and it is more, more like affordable or whatever, that the dad stays with the children, I'm also okay with that. And it might be that we both have to work our asses off to, be able to provide them with food and good schooling or whatever. And then, of course, that's more towards like economy than professional growth. But when it comes to professional growth, I do see myself. I like big challenges. I really, I am always trying to be like in big projects and continue growing intellectually and learning.
Yeah.
So I do want to continue doing that, definitely. And I think that is something I want to give my children an example of. I want to be a working mom that shows them that first of all, I can be a mom and work, because I think there's people that don't put those two words together. And second of all, I think I have always thought of leading by example, and that's a way to do it. So yeah. But there's a lot of assumptions here because you don't know where. Yeah,
I wasn't even expecting a whole list, because you thought you thought this out very well. So
100.
Like
cool.
For example, everything you've said, there's a timeline for that. So you say maybe, how old are you now? If it's okay to ask.
I'm 27. Yeah.
27. So you have a plan. Do you see a timeline, like maybe 5-6 years from now, 10 years from now, you will be where you kind of dream?
Yeah, I guess like in maybe 5 years, I would like to be in that position, but it will depend on, finding the family I want to have. And yeah.
So when it comes to, we read a lot of studies on our previous episodes where we discuss how there's a big trend in the West where a lot of women are, going through education and then leaving everything to a certain time frame. So it's like, okay, we'll work, we'll grind, we'll reach our professional life, and then when they hope they're ready, now they're looking for the right person to match that energy with, So when you say, I'm going to be with a man, at what point do you believe that is going to be possible? Is because all that time you spent prioritizing on your career, which is good, and then to start a family as well, that's a lot to juggle. I think women have a harder time deciding all of that than men, because men have the opportunity to spend a longer time making up their mind and, creating a career. So I've got two sisters, right? She just turned 21 and the other one is 19. And we have this conversation all the time. The big brother, I say, okay, what do you see yourself 10 years from now? And it changes almost every year since they were teenagers. They would say stuff like, oh, I want to get married by 22, have all my kids by 25. I'm just like, oh, sure. We'll see what happens there. Now they're older now, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. So they will talk to me about what their plans are. And now at their age where, they started university, both of them, they're like, okay, we have to do school. I'm like, okay, so you still want to have kids at 22? Like, no, no. But they want to find a guy on their same level. So to them, they want to date someone who is going to make the same salary as them or more. So like a lot of women, hypergamous. And you mentioned how you don't mind if you're the breadwinner. You don't mind if you're earning the same amount. So you already covered that list, because majority of girls don't think like that. Majority of girls hope that the guy they end up with is making maybe even 2 times more than her. And then eventually she could be a stay-at-home mom when she's on maternity leave.
Is it like the majority of girls, or? How
No,
do
no.
you know
This
this?
we would say so.
Majority.
No,
I reckon.
and
The
there's
other one?
studies to show that most women are hypergamous. They would prefer someone who is either wealthier, all these little things like taller, stronger, bigger. Women prefer more in their man they're with. But uniquely, there are some girls like you who wouldn't mind. As long as it's a good
What about
person.
guys? Do they want to be the main
Okay, so we
breadwinner?
can go to guys. We know all
No,
about
I'm just
how
asking. I'm
guys
just
think.
asking. I'm just asking
We don't-
because I don't know where you're getting this data from, but I'm interested to see
I
if
can
they don't
definitely
mind.
bring it down. I can definitely bring it down.
No,
but
no, it's
are
fine.
you
It's
telling
fine.
me?
But I'm just asking.
Are you telling me that maybe you're surrounded by girls who don't care about a guy who earns more?
I think I'm surrounded by girls that don't care about.
That don't care,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So
I think I'm surrounded. I mean, not all of them, but I do think I'm surrounded by really,
So they all think
kind
like
of
you. So you're
mindset.
saying they all think like you, that they wouldn't mind being with someone who earns less than them.
Yeah, my friends here, I would say I'm not sure about my friends back home, which is different, of course. But yeah.
How many friends would you say? Because
Maybe
I'm counting the
let's
ones
say maybe 7, 8 girls.
okay. So
From our group?
I mean, of course, people like minds think alike or are around each other. But with the studies we've seen, most women would prefer a man who is more successful, who is more established. Has a nice car. With all these superficial things people can think of, but women aren't being superficial. They're more like, in their mind is security. Is he secure? Is he matured enough to, hey, date me? Can he afford to live, like pay the bills, or, to even buy a engagement ring? Like sometimes that's what's on people's mind. So in general, women will think differently over time. So my sisters, for example, they hope that same fairy tale dream of settling down, having kids, having a big house, nice car, all of this. But either they want to pursue it on their own, which is like start their own career, make money, or they want to do it both ways, where they're in school, pursuing a career, and they find a guy who makes a lot of money or who is successful or smart, to do all of that. That comes with a lot of labor and effort. Do you get it? So my point is to raise is that today in the Western world, women are prioritizing on work and school and everything, which is good. Like I would tell my sisters, yes, go for it. But forget that a family is pretty much important at the same time. It's like, okay, how do you know you're going to find the right guy right now or within the next 5 years? It takes a lot. Even for guys, we have to learn how to be in a relationship, find the right type of girl. Our last episode was how to vet women for girlfriend, fiance, and then wife, because we want to make smart decisions. Because once we even reach that point, a lot of men, high divorce rate in the Western world, over 50% every year, people are getting divorced. So it's like there's a risk to take. Marriage looks like a trap most of the time. So for guys, we have to be extra careful. But women have always been a little more careful than us, but they're still pushing, their priorities as swayed, basically. So what do you think about that? I feel like I'm touching crossing the line here.
I just really believe in each individual's priorities. Like it's fine. I mean, it's even better now that there's more opportunities or platforms to. I mean, you can even free sex, and if that's what someone wants because they want to, they want to have kids later.
How late? That's the question.
How late? How late are we talking?
I don't know. I mean,
you need to know. We all need to know.
No, I don't.
This is very important.
I don't think the three of us, are able to generalize at how old a woman should be when they want to have kids. I know when I
how
want
old
to
is
be.
safe enough to have children? What do you think?
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Okay, I'm in the medical field. I'm taught in lectures that, and in the field as well, that after the age of 35, women are who are pregnant are considered geriatric pregnancies. Now, the term geriatric is to do with older age, riskier births, so essentially health is risky when you're pregnant over the age of 35. And then there's other data showing also that By the time you hit 30, 31, you lose 80% of your eggs. So it's definitely harder to have children. So you might need, assistance like IVF. That could be expensive. And then by the time you reach 35, you lose 90%. So it's already risky. So a lot of women do hope to push having children later on in their life, like hitting their 40s, freezing their eggs. But we've been showing data and over again on the show that that's even riskier. So, for example, if I had girls around me, like my sisters, I'll tell them, don't wait that late. Do you know what I mean? Because that's who I care about. I would tell my sister, don't wait till you're 34, 35 to have children, or there's going to be danger there. So that's why we say it's important. It's not just individual. It's more like it's our biological clock. Even for men, too, to know when to start having family.
Yeah. You've got one, too.
But I mean,
it's not an issue. It's not as much as an issue for us as it is for women, though.
Yeah, it is not. Yeah. It is definitely not.
But we still gotta worry.
And it is an important question that a woman has to ask.
Wait, have you thought about? Like, it's a bit personal, but have you thought about it? Has it ever come to your mind? That okay, I'm getting older, and you said you did want to have a family. But when would you say? Because remember, you said you have a timeline, right? So it's like, when would you say is the perfect time for you? Because you said 5 years from now, you would be in the position. Is that the position to date to find the husband, or is that the position where you found someone and you're ready to have children?
Okay. And if so, first of all, I have to say, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Oh yeah, I know this.
Definitely a hopeless romantic. So I won't say like, okay, it's in 3 years. I have to find that guy before 3 years because I want to be a mom at 32, let's say. If I don't find the right guy, I'm not gonna start a family just because it's time. Definitely not. And in that moment, if that happens.
You'll wait as well if you don't find obviously yeah, sure. I mean, you will just wait if you don't find the right guy at 32. You'll continue to wait, is what you're saying?
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's always the option of being a single mom or adopting, or I don't know. There's so many options now, which is pretty cool. I do want to have my, I want to get married, to have my family. That's what I want. And so it's a bit. My timeline is not as clear, because it depends on someone else as well. I mean, both sides. And I don't know what my answer to this would be, but I guess if I am in the age that, I'm supposed, I don't know, it's the right age to have children and I'm not there yet, I think that would be a discussion we can have in that moment, because I really don't know what I would.
Yeah, so pretend we're like the scaremongers. We give out data and we say, think on time. Yeah, so we
just like wake up. We're like, wake up. 35. We're your alarm clock.
Yeah.
We're your alarm clock, basically.
But one thing I would say, Irene, is that even though you have the mindset you do have, you still come from a culture that's family orientated. You mentioned that you would be happy to be a mother, and you said these things. You already have that on your mind. But a lot of the time, people in the West here,
don't.
Me growing up around here, that's the mentality is completely is changing. So we don't hear that as often anymore, especially at your age. People aren't thinking about these things. From our experience.
But it's fine, no? I mean, if they don't want to think about
it, it's fine. It's just they're not thinking about it because maybe they're not. They hope to leave it till later on. So we're saying that there is a time clock for all of us.
Yeah.
Because it's
do you think the
for
time
us.
Clock? Sorry, I'm just asking this, not to be more. But do you think that time clock is changing? Because I do think it's different from my grandma to now. First, 100%. It's different in a cultural way. My grandma had kids when she was 18, and that was normal back then. And then my mom when she was 23, and now I'm 27, and they're not expecting me to have children right now. And so before. I don't know, for my grandma, in my grandma's head, 28 was the age. Like after 28, it's like you're crazy. You're having children. It's like high risk, etc., etc. So that has changed. I believe it is continuing changing. I'm not sure about the answer, but if it is continuing changing, then
I wouldn't say that. I think when culturally, in every culture, they look at women who reach their late 20s as, oh, that's risky. But biologically, you know, like scientists look straight into the cells and they can tell how our bodies behave. 35 is the riskiest after, the cutoff line. Of course, women can have children before that. No, hold on. It's always been like that throughout our evolutionary time clock. It's just that, of course, before in the past, people didn't have tests or lab tests, so they made sure women had children younger. Yeah. But now we can see the data to describe. Yes, 35 is like that will never change. So I know you're hoping that or maybe in the future, that's biologically riskier for us.
So basically, also behaviorally speaking, like, so 35, imagine, so just to put it into perspective, so imagine having 35 as your cutoff point, right? But 50 to 60 years ago, the average age at which, people would get married is between 18 to 20. Like, and it was like 21 for guys and 18 for women.
That's not what.
And now it's shifted. No. But wait. Let me land. And now it's shifted. Now it's shifted all the way up to now. The average age of when people are getting married is like 28, 29. So it's people are leaving their choices a bit like they're getting closer to the danger zone per se, as they call it, but they don't know necessarily, like we're trying, like what we try to divulge is the reason why it shifted all the way to the point. Why is it now 28, 29 as opposed to 21, 19? What's happened in the last 50, 60 years to get to that point? But yeah, sorry, Tim. Sorry, the Duke.
My point, I think she was trying to say that maybe it's a good thing that the time clock, the body clock is changing.
Oh, it shifted forward.
We're saying no, it hasn't changed.
No.
That
I was just
proving.
asking because I mean mortality age, is that a word? Has also changed.
Mortality rate,
like mortality rate, not, but like the age that the average age a person dies.
The average per people dying because of healthcare is improved, of course. But I'm saying,
that's what I was thinking. Like, if it has improved, then maybe all the different factors in medicine, etc., has gone up in terms of age. But I'm not.
So the reason why we call it geriatric pregnancy is when more science has to intervene to make sure that your pregnancy is safe. So even, like when we reach 35 and over, women is riskier. So we have studies showing that women are dying from childbirth because they've, at an older age. They're showing that even black women in the UK and America are more likely to have paternity deaths because of that. Because when you push that, you risk your chances of birth defects, children born with autism, and birth deaths, maternity deaths. So yes, the hospitals and, the clinics are improving and sort of keeping you safe and healthy, but it's not guaranteed. And plus,
that comes with a lot of costs
and finances, isn't it? Well, people say it might be the answer, the chance of having children, but it's riskier for someone.
Yeah.
So let's say you saying that, oh, you didn't know about this. A lot of women, people didn't know about this. If that awareness is being raised, then maybe people's perspective on when to start a family would change. Instead of leaving it too late, you might think, okay, I'll think about it more sooner than later. Because not a lot of people knew that. If women knew that, by 35, I should actually avoid having pregnancies because it's risk on me and the baby I have.
Baby.
That will change. The same with men. By the time a man reaches his early 30s, 40s to mid 40s, it's riskier for the children to develop autism, and all the other genetic disorders. So it's better off to have children sooner than later. So that's just the studies and the science that proves it in a sense. But if social construct is allowing men and women to leave it so late now, we're going to have more kids born with defects. We're going to have more maternity deaths. That's a problem. So we're raising awareness to that too. Guys, plan sooner.
I think... I'm not an expert in this subject. I'm not an expert, so I'm not gonna try to to talk about it. But I can see the difference I see from Guatemala and the UK, for example, or Germany, and it's which is the other side of this, I guess. In Guatemala, there's the how to say, like, the pressure on having children earlier is way stronger.
Yeah,
also
yeah.
because we're more traditional, conservative, etc. And you do see a shift of mindset and mentality in women, which is not bad. I mean, of course, I understand your side of the situation,
Yeah.
but it's pretty amazing to see how many plans a woman a woman and a man, I guess, have for themselves, for personal growth, for professional growth. Like, oh, I want to study this and do this before, having the responsibility of bringing a child to the world, and being sure I can actually provide to this child. Because then what? Yeah, you can also have the children 24, but then, I don't know, maybe you are not in the position that you can provide to them, or to, I'm just saying, like, it's pretty interesting also to see the other side, which is so many options, so many. I mean, of course, when I was younger, I thought I was gonna be a mom by now, I guess, maybe, because like my mom was a mom when she was 24, and what changed is that I do want to fulfill a lot of my goals before being a mom, which I already said, kind of like my personal growth. I don't think I'm right now. I'm in my maturity level to be a mom, to be responsible for a child. I don't think I am in a professional place where I feel I'm already, how do you say, like, comfortable with my position, what I'm doing. I do want to grow more on that, and for that I have to put effort on that. Effort, which means time, brains, like your focus on. And when I become a mom, I want to put a lot of focus on my children. So yeah, it's just interesting to see those kind of differences between societies, countries, whatever, when they do have children before. And then, I mean, I do hear my mom saying, like, oh, there's so many things I could have done before, starting a family. I don't think she regrets. I hope she doesn't. But you know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting to see the other side as well.
Yeah.
And what type of children are you raising, and how are you raising them? I want to be, I guess, I mean, perfection doesn't exist. So I understand. I don't think anyone is 100% ready to raise a child. I think it's a big, work and responsibility. But I do want to be in a place where I say I'm ready for this. And if it's a bit later, I think I'm fine with that.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Before you ask, sorry, miss. Before you ask, just to add to what she said. Don't hold it. I'm not asking.
No. It's cool. Okay. No,
I'm just saying that we discussed this before, miss, where we said that, okay, maybe the trends are changing. Yeah, women are leaving starting a family late. Yeah. And we're accepting that we might want the population size to decline because there are too many people on the planet. So we're going to accept that, okay, women are going to leave it too late and then maybe not, have less children than they would have had if they had a family earlier. So we've accepted that. So we're like, you know what? Maybe that's a good thing, because in the Western countries, the birth rates are lower. Fertility clinics are opening, because everyone's trying to have kids and it's hard now because they're leaving it late. So you know what? We've accepted it. We're here saying, fine. If you don't want to start having a kids, that's cool. But letting you know the risk at the same time. Yeah, go on, Miss.
Oh, okay. No. I just wanted to spin it. I was saying, you're talking a lot about you being ready, but I'm thinking, what makes you think that the older you get, the likelihood of you finding a partner increases?
Wait, what? Like,
because
what are we talking about being ready and the partner?
So let's say, look, you've been privy to this information, right? We've just told you that the limit is 35 for a woman to have children, let's say, right? Safely, yeah? So now, knowing that information, if men also knew that too, and know that as well, do you think that a guy is likely to pick someone who's 32 or slightly younger, 27? Or do you think that they're going to be waiting for you to reach your career height before they come to you and say, "Oh, hey, Irene, by the way, I realized, you've mentioned to me that you're now ready to have kids. I know you're 34, but let's go for it." Do you think they're more likely to select you based on that? Or would they go for someone who is, I mean, I'm giving you like an ultimatum, but I'm just saying, like, what makes you think that would happen in that case? Like, do you think it's more likely?
I
that a
must
guy.
also is romantic.
I know,
the
but
guy is gonna choose me
but I'm
because
just saying
I'm the girl,
realistically.
not because of
I'm
my
just
age.
saying realistically speaking. What do you think? What do you think would happen? Like, do you think because it's a problem that
I
we're seeing as
really
well.
think so. Like, I really.
Okay,
think-
let me
fine.
translate. Let me
Yeah.
translate what
I'm
you're
sorry,
saying,
but
Irene.
I understand
Let me
what
translate
you're
what-
saying, and yes, rationally, I
Yeah.
guess they would. I mean, I think there's something. I mean, you can say a pattern of guys choosing like younger women. I don't know if that's the same here. It does happen back home.
That's true. That's the truth. Yeah.
So I mean, you see that pattern, and I don't.
So
I'm not sure
now,
if it's
but now you
like
know
if
that.
it's,
Yeah.
connected to the age of
But now you know. So if you know that guys tend to go for younger women who are quote unquote more fertile, then would it not be in your best interest to change your mating strategy or to change your strategy in terms of career? Just out of interest. I mean, I'm just asking. What do you think?
right now it doesn't.
No, you don't
But I
mind?
mean, I haven't. I mean, in the plan I showed you guys or whatever.
Yeah. Or you
in
spoke
the
about.
timeline I had, it's before 35, so
Mm.
it's not
Okay,
changing.
so would you mind dating a man? And before I say that, we're all the same age here. So
Yeah.
when let's say I'm still 35, Moose is still 35, and we're single and we're ready to settle down. We don't have anyone yet. We're more likely to date someone in their late 20s, mid 20s. Like I'm 27 now. I'm dating someone my age. But if I'm single at 35, I'm not dating a 35-year-old. Just
Same here.
how I'm
Just
sort of
with the
read through
information.
all this. With the information we have right
With the
now.
information we have, I'm not doing it.
We would, let's say we're on Tinder, we would not put 35. We'll push it down back to
All the
30.
way.
Like max.
No, even below that. Even below
Or
that.
even below that. I would
Oh,
like
you said 30
18
max?
till
18?
29. Fertility rates.
Can we just talk?
Oh, hell no!
18 till 29.
Uh.
If I was 33, 34, 35. That's just mentally. I think, and a lot of guys would think this way at that age. Essentially, they would think that way. I mean, they could fall in love, but you see how guys think when it comes to dating is that it's either just, for entertainment, for fun, or I want to marry and have children. So they'll think, who should I be with? Someone who is fertile. I don't know why guys do. That's what they would say. A lot, majority of guys would say it.
Yeah.
In the chat, Ian's asking a question.
Yeah. I was about to throw that up there. So Irene, question for you. Here we go. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Why couldn't you get married earlier and then have kids when you're 34, 35? Because when you're married, it doesn't mean you have to get pregnant. Oh, yeah, no, I completely agree. I don't think I want to get married and get pregnant straight away. I want to see if that works before. But I completely agree. I mean, I'm not getting married right now because I'm not ready to get married. And yeah, but yeah, no, definitely. And that comes with, planning a family, I guess. And that's something that's a discussion that has to happen but I believe it has to happen in every relationship. So no, I agree. I can't get married right now and have kids at 34. I could.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what's different about men and women is that when it comes to even our careers, we don't have to prioritize. We know that all we have to do is work, and then make the financial stability we need to start a family. While women have to also think about their body clock, because if you're working as well and you want to find time to start a family, you need to find a time that would suit you and your body. Men, we don't have to. We're lucky. It's unfortunate. That's we're here saying that it's unfair that a woman has to juggle more. She can't act like us. She can't move like us in the world because men don't need. We're not the ones carrying the womb. We don't. We're not the ones who carry the baby. So at the end of the day, you have to carry you have to labor for children while we just have to work. While you're having to do both in your generation. More women are doing both. So it's a lot more to take.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I said, this discussion isn't had enough. And if you raise it, it's just like you're just met with contempt, like straight up. Like, you know, they're not as open as you, Irene. To be fair, I won't lie. But yeah, it's an interesting topic to discuss for sure. And I personally think, again, like, you know, even a lot of women, again, they don't even have a plan. Like, you have a plan. They just think they'll stumble upon it, or they'll be like, I'll be working, and then, you know, I'll trip and fall into a relationship, and that relationship will lead to a marriage, which will then lead to pregnancy. Bear in mind, they're 29, and, you know, it's all over. Don't beg, don't cry kind of thing. So, yeah. But,
I mean, you have a plan, but things can always change, and, you know, it's fine if a woman doesn't want to have a plan as well.
100. If she doesn't want children, then fine, fair enough. But if you raise the question,
or if she wants, but she right now doesn't know. I mean, first of all, it's fine if they don't want to have children. It's completely
that's all right. But the majority of women do.
It's fine if they don't know.
Yeah,
it's fine if they don't know if they want to have children or not. And
it's
then
just
it's fine
if they don't
if you
know.
don't have a plan.
Wait, if they want to have children and don't know, then they need to kind of sit down.
No. Children or not.
Okay. If they don't know, we're saying that you have to eventually decide, because if she finally decides, okay, actually, I want to have kids.
I want kids,
but
and
she's
it's 35.
38.
Oh,
then
Lord.
it's like, you should have decided earlier, because that's what we're saying. Guys are lucky enough to wait longer to decide, while women is actually, you have a time scale, unfortunately, to decide sooner. So, you know, that's just it, because it's your body that has to deal with the work. You know?
Do you think it should be banned not having children after 35?
No. It shouldn't even be any legalities involved. It's
nothing like that. Yeah.
I'm asking. I'm out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I don't think so too.
We touched on everything. Can we check the chat? Because
just real quick. I'm gonna
the main topic. I don't want us to. I'll be quick on it though. If
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but this was an interesting topic, by the way. This was
men can have babies. Men can have babies much later and it be healthy. Yeah. Moose on the ball. Yo, Ian, my man. Just about to say. And then, my man Ario. Yes, go Ario. Welcome to the game, my friend. It's good to see you. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. By the way, this is another guy we went to uni with. Great guy, honestly. Another. If he doesn't mind me sharing anyway, I don't think he'll care. Another medical professional in the chat right there.
Trying to dox everybody.
And then exactly. Oh yeah, there you go. See, look, he's come in with heat already. No, but you run the risk of your kids having downs. See, medical professional. Yeah. He's already dropping bars.
I touched on it, Ariel. Well, thanks. Yeah. 2 in 1.
But I think overall, like, just to sum it up, I think you know, the Duke is just really just trying to say
hoodwink, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Yeah, that's basically what
we have been
100%.
Yes. We've all been lied to. We've been lied to by the media, all of us. So we're trying to wake everyone up, you know, unplug from the matrix.
And then go Ario again. Yo, it's all good. Feel free to share my life story, bro. I think you have to come on air for that one, because that's a mad life story, my guy.
We're gonna schedule you on.
We'll reach out. Yeah, be anonymous, man. Like, no need to show face. Just come through and drop heat as always.
I shouldn't be showing my face. But no, swiftly.
But yeah, I was gonna say, let's swiftly move on to the next topic. Just to do, I think actually, to be honest, I feel like you should introduce this. You've come prepped. I won't lie,
bro.
Listen, guys, listen.
Yeah, I want us to touch it as quick as possible, and then Irene also you can give your input too, almost 100%. Like a news headline, you know, like breaking news. Go on.
Hey, so
yeah,
I think the title speaks for itself.
Yeah, so this was the thumbnail because we wanted to discuss Elon Musk, the billionaire. In actual fact, he just reached number 1, dominating the Forbes 100 list. I mean, anyone can talk about what they think about rich men, but he's worth $230 billion, and he's engulfed both Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett's net worth combined. So this guy is he's the richest man on the planet. So yeah, we wanted to discuss him. We mentioned how Elon Musk, the purple Elon Musk, the purple pill billionaire. Now, for those of you who've watched, we've described different colored pills. I'll go over it again in a minute just to make sense of it. Yeah, we don't consider him red pill, but he moves like a red pill man in terms of relationships, marriage, business. Yeah, he dominates his field. But overall, the reason why we call him a purple pill because of his mentality too, and
it's mad, isn't it? His firmware is like, I would describe it as Rolo. Rolo says something. His firmware is blue pill.
Yes.
His conditioning is blue pill.
Condition is blue pill. Okay, Irene, have you ever heard of these terms before? Blue pill, red pill, purple pill?
No.
Okay, we'll introduce you. I've got a slide on that. Don't worry about that.
Hey, welcome to the manosphere.
We did a video back like a few months ago on Elon Musk, and I was like, he's not a self-made man, and you guys were like, yeah, he's a self-made man. He started from the bottom, right? So it finally came out last week that Elon Musk, I mentioned this. His parents were in the ruby mining industry in South Africa during the apartheid era. People who don't know the apartheid era was when, there was segregation in South Africa. His family will, definitely benefited from it. And they had a multi-million business. But no one was listening when I said it. Elon Musk's parents at age 24.
Shots fired.
Can I zoom in? It says, the meme said, isn't it great being apartheid South Africa? With the emerald mines owners, and he said, and then Elon Musk at 49 says, I started from the bottom, and now I'm here because I'm a galaxy brain genius. Basically, you said he started from the bottom, now he's here. No, he did not start from the bottom. You had a lot of investment in your life. That's Maury there.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop fucking lying.
And so there's a whole thread kind of exposing the lies. He kind of fed people the idea that he was just like a regular middle class man, but he wasn't. He was very wealthy. He had a lot of money pumping into his first business, and he made a lot of money. And hey, he's a hard worker for sure, but don't label him a self-made man, please, because that's not. He's great, but he doesn't have to be. So just to describe the red pill, blue pill. For Irene, but everyone else knows. Oh man, it's such a. Can you see the screen? Is it just me?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Yeah.
You want me to read it out? I can read it out if you want.
So with red pill, it's about awareness. So we believe that if you want to know the truth, like we describe here, you're red pill, like the Matrix. If you've watched the Matrix, so it says here, mainstream narratives on X, so anything, are false. Learn about X and think for yourself to avoid being manipulated by the media, by society. Blue pill is called ignorant. So the powers that be tell the truth on something, trust the government, trust the media, all of that. Purple pill is in between red and blue. Because red and blue, if you mix it together, you can get purple, right? It's right in the middle, right? Yeah. And it questions it. Like, okay, the red pill people know what they're saying, but they go over the top. So they're like, we're mediocre, we're lukewarm. We don't believe in everything they say. So with black pill, they resignate. They're like, we're ostracizing ourselves from society. There's no point in living. They're dangerous. We think that you shouldn't deal with black pill designation. And then, so why is it important to characterize personalities? I read this book. We actually reviewed this a few months ago called Surrounded by Idiots.
With another guest.
Yeah. It explores behavioral science basically amongst people. It's very important to know how to interact in business, in your community, and how to sort of promote leadership skills. So there are different types of people. So that's why it's important to kind of figure out who's who in the world. Man, this is a lot of text, but these, we don't have to go through it now, but just to describe what we've seen, right? That's a slideshow there. Elon Musk has married twice, and was dating. I think
he remarried.
Grimes.
He remarried the same woman. He remarried the same woman twice, didn't he?
Yeah, he remarried the second woman twice because apparently, you know how relationships are, but it didn't last either.
Blue pill.
Yeah, so the reason why we call him purple pill, for those who follow up with Elon, is because he still wants. He's a romantic. He's a, what does Irene call her?
Irene, he's a hopeless romantic. Yeah.
Hopeless romantic. Imagine a billionaire. He's still looking for love. Right now, he's single. So, hey, if you want to, slide into his DMs, he can help you out. You know what I mean?
Yo, Irene,
But
you know what to do.
So, but at the same time, when he married his first wife, he made her sign several contracts. So I think Moose sent you a recording of her saying it. Did you watch it or did you? Yeah, and she kind of explained her side of the story and how she felt manipulated and all of that. But Elon basically knew he was going to be very wealthy. So he made sure before they married, she signed contracts, prenups, post-nup after they married, in order that if he divorces her or she divorces him, he is untouched, unwavered.
Financially.
She's obviously protected financially, but she can't take half of his wealth compared to Jeff Bezos, who he got divorced last year, and she took almost half of his
piece. She became instantly the richest woman in the world.
Oh yes.
But look, imagine that power though, to turn someone from nothing into almost the richest woman in the world.
The richest woman, isn't that amazing? Isn't that what we talk about? Equity and female equality. So the system actually benefits women when it comes to the legal marriage system. So if in the West, if you divorce, there's a way to protect both of you. So if your man is earning more than you, he definitely has to be paying alimony. If there are children involved, a little bit more a month for child support. And then you have to fight the legal, courts on how to deal with that. So it's stressful. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what's the point in marrying if you're going to end up in that situation? I want to fall in love and have a relationship and be married and have kids.
You don't sound too sure, bro.
As guys, we are worried that what if something changes? What if our partner just turns on us? I mean, there's some cases, yes, we've actually gone down to a list of reasons why people divorce. Some reason, if there's domestic issues, arguments not working out, but the number one reason is finances. Number one, and then number two is what do you call it? Adultery.
Is the infidelity.
Infidelity on both. It can be on both sides. But overall, is that men lose out in a relationship where you weren't expecting to divorce, because they say 3 out of 4 divorces were initiated by women. So more likely, men are more likely to stay in a relationship just to protect, his assets, just to hold the family together, than a woman who is more likely to leave. In the Western world, compared to a country that's more developing, a poorer country, women are more likely to stay. But because the system is set up the way it is, if you didn't sign a proper prenup, a contract to prevent you from losing out, then you're fucked. You're
done.
fucked. The men, So that's why this is what we talk about a lot. Yeah, go on, Irene.
Do you have the reasons why women, are you saying?
Yeah, we had the list. Last episode.
No.
Go on.
Continue. Sorry, you were.
So we had the list. So we had, I think it was the top 6 reasons. And there are different websites that rank differently. It's between finances and I keep forgetting the name. Infidelity. Finances and infidelity.
That's both men and women, right?
Yeah, both men and women. But the divorces are mostly initiated by women. 75 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Now, why would you think it's finances? There are chances where maybe the man lost his job or isn't earning as much as he was before, and then things just lead to something, arguments in the house. Oh, we can't afford the bills, we can't afford this. Shit happens in relationships, and if you've been in a relationship, people make arguments out of nothing a lot of the time, so it's like in a marriage that's even more risky for a man. So a lot of men are saying we don't want to marry at all. We don't want to start a family. We want to go our own way. We've discussed that, and we're like, those guys, okay, we get why they think that way. Yeah. Right? And then I think our views change in the middle.
Given an eye, so I'm of the mind where it's like
What was your view?
So before I was like, nah, we should strive to get. So this was like a year ago. So this is before we started the in-depth reading, all of that kind of stuff. Before we were privy to information. So I was of the mind that yes, we should definitely strive to get married, but do your due diligence on your partner. But as it goes on, it's like it's no longer just the partner that's against you that could possibly be against you. It's now also the legal system it's not equal, like, you know, especially in relation to, you know, assets, etc. as well. And in the case of how it changed, it's more become a case of I'm now where I'm like, I don't necessarily feel like I have to get married to the woman. It's just more a case of cohabitation. I can cohabitate, but I don't have to get married to her, like, you know, in that sense. So that's where it is. It's like a contract between the two of us, because you can do papers. Yeah, you could basically it's changed from definitely getting married to cohabitation. I've gone to cohabitation now. Like, so that's where
don't want to marry at all.
I don't want to really marry now. I'm not really trying to marry people. See, I'm trying to cohabitate.
This is a complete 180, Irene. Like, before we used to argue why some guys don't want to marry, and they're like, "Oh, that's late. Why would you say that?" And now he's like, "No, forget marriage." Wow,
not forget it. But it's like really, like, it's very the chances are like quite low. I would, again, like I said, cohabitation is where I do, and a contract, like the written contract, because you can do contracts outside of marriage as well. Yeah.
So that's the trend we're seeing a lot, Irene. Any question before you want to head off soon?
I mean, I have a lot of questions. I think this can open up a lot of discussions. But I right now I'm just comparing it to back home, and how a woman, for example, there's a lot of partners that don't allow the woman to work, and then when they get a divorce, the woman can't even pay a lawyer. And so the man is the one that it gets like benefited, if that's the word, which is completely different to what you guys are saying. I think also another question could be like, do women want to still marry? I don't know the answer. There's a big pattern of. Sorry.
That's why we said compared to your country, of course, in the UK, in America, there are incentives to protect women more, which is, I guess, in a good way, women have more choices. So when it comes to finances, you know, women are more likely to work. And even if they don't work, the government and the laws that be will prevent the man from benefiting more. So if he's earning a lot more money, or he's the breadwinner, he has to pay her. He has to leave the house to her with the children, alimony. So the laws in the UK, in Europe, benefit the mother of the children, or the wife, because if she was dependent on him, she has to get more benefits.
And do you see a pattern in just people not wanting to get married? Because I think I do
not wanting to get married.
No, I think I do. I see a pattern in Europe of just people not believing in marriage anymore.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing, because they've noticed the legal system, like what Moose just said, is what a lot of people are thinking of now, because they know that if things go wrong,
women as well.
Yeah, man and women. Okay, so the rates of divorce are skyrocketing. The whole point is that
I think it's less marriages are occurring.
Because of the legal systems changing everything.
So less people now are getting married than ever before, essentially. So obviously, like I said, in the 50s, 60s, the percentage of marriages were like quite high. Now it's almost in the ground. And again, with people getting married later as well, that's what's occurring. But so just to touch on, I think Ian just asked a question: will you get married traditional without the government getting involved? See, this is the thing. So now it's like it comes to a case of looking.
Before we answer the questions, you know, Irene would have to leave soon. So
okay. Irene, how long have you got?
I got 6%.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, say what you need to say. I'm like, go for it.
But
I'm like, Ian can wait. Ian can wait.
This was really interesting. So thank you guys for having me. And there's so many open questions that we still have to, you know,
we can have this again, if you want.
We'll bring you back. You've been a lovely guest. We'll bring you back.
Yeah, no, it's been a good discussion, and yeah. So thanks for having me, and yeah, continue doing this, having different opinions in the chat, because I think this is important.
100%. Well, yeah, no Irene, thank you so much for coming on. I will see you very soon anyway. I think Friday we got a party to go to, so yeah, I'm looking forward to
definitely.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, y'all gonna see that on Instagram if you follow me on Insta, so not to worry. Cool. But yeah, I'll see you real soon. And again, thank you so much for coming on the chat.
No, thank you guys.
Engaging. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye. See you there. Yo,
Good chat.
man.
Yeah.
That was lovely, man. That was brilliant. It was good.
Yeah.
I was just gonna literally, I was gonna touch on Ian. Ian, real quick, asked about the marriage traditional without government getting involved. So this is the thing. Apparently, so in the UK, there's it's transfer of assets to your partner if you're not traditionally married with the government involved is very hard.
I think that's as risky as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you're not married to your partner and you die and you want to transfer your assets over to them, it becomes so hard. Like it's almost near impossible. Like they'll go directly straight to the fam.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it's like if I want to give my assets to my partner, it's like I have to be married under the government. Exactly, next of kin or the government law, and then giving it to because then my children won't get it. It will go to my brother or my sister. Do you know what I mean? So under that, I'd have to rethink it later in life. So maybe as I'm getting older, like 50, 60, then I'd look to tie the knot.
This you know what's funny?
With the
guys, people are listening right now, yeah. It irks me because a few months ago we were having this stream and
was
you
it a few
guys
months
were
ago?
adamant.
Was it a few months
like 4, 5 months ago.
I thought it was beginning of the year, like January maybe.
I mean, it was within COVID period. We
COVID
spoke
period.
about marriage. We spoke about how guys who are going their own way or they won't put the staple of marriage anymore, that traditional sense. And I was defending them, and you guys were like, "Oh, they're lazy. They don't care. They don't want to take the risk. I'm just like, okay. And now you and King G have flipped the script. I'm just like, what the fuck?
We've left you, bro. We've left you. No, do you know what it is?
Because
It's
I was defending
Yeah.
it. Like, I get why they don't want to marry, but I would. And you guys are now. I've been defending everyone my whole life. That's what I've been doing.
This guy, man. I can tell.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get out of here.
He's tired. He's tired.
I'm done. I mean, of course, with time, you kind of figure out things. You read into things.
You
when
do.
we discuss this, it sparks more interest. So I get it.
I went and did more research afterwards, and I was just like, okay, the will aspect that Ian's just mentioned now, it's still tough. It's just so many processes saying if they're not a part of your immediate family or how do you say, if there's no connection or tie that you guys were ever together, it makes it so much harder. Whereas if you guys are married on paper, government, it's like easy transfer. You know what I mean? It just makes the process less cumbersome. Because you're dead, bro. They can't consult you saying, "Oh yeah, you sure you wanna?" You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure. Yeah, go on.
I would consider myself a red pill, marriage-minded man, because of course you've got a lot of red pillers who, like Roller Tomas. He's a married man. A lot of these individuals who are willing to be in a monogamous relationship under legal marriage because they've taken extra precaution to enter into these traditional marriages alongside the government-tied contract. Because they vetted. That's why we had a previous episode. It's like how to vet for these levels for girlfriend, fiance, wife. Because hey, you're aware of the shit that's happening, and women change their minds a lot. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna find a more submissive woman who is, I guess, conservative. A woman has to be traditional to want to stay in a marriage. If a woman are willing to leave, it means they don't really care. And if you're a good guy, you're a good guy. You're not gonna mess up shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge risk. That's what I'm saying. So the reason why I would use Elon Musk as an example of a purple pill, his mentality is that he always wants to be in a relationship. He has to be in a relationship or he can't function. But he deals with the legal system like bread and butter.
He does.
Piece of cake. And I want to read into it real quick for the guys. You can read the comments while I get the
sure. So but I'll go to Blackmail Media because I passed over it. Yo, good stream. Hey man, I'm so glad you've liked it, my friend. Thanks for tuning in as always.
Indeed.
Like the video. Hey, yes, please do slap that like in there. We do appreciate it.
We got
the will. Oh yeah, I did touch upon the will. And then Ian's gone, but your will should already be written down legally. I think it's just about the process, my friend. I think it's just that process of transition. So passing it over to them, there's just more things that they have to do.
It's just
it's just
get through. I'm just like, God,
it's just like it's a lot of effort. But
that's why I'm saying I will follow traditional sense, but I would take extra precautions. So I get what you and Ian are saying, but I'm gonna keep it real. I would go into it prepared for divorce. I'll prepare for marriage to
Okay.
prepare for divorce. You get it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
my
yeah.
money's gonna be tied up nicely. I plan for everything. I don't care for love, love. I'll fall in love with someone, but I'm not gonna be driven by shit. What's this?
Yeah. No, he's like, I don't care. you remember Black Panther?
Yeah, the
I
Black
don't-
Panther
I-
scene.
He's literally,
Okay, could
I
you
don't
share the
care.
screen? Could you
Yeah,
share the
100%.
screen? So I'm
1
going
second.
back to
that's
Elon,
tiny.
baby.
What happened? All right, let me try to put
you
it full
see it?
screen. Nah, it's bare
you
small,
see?
man. What?
Oh, okay.
can
I know why. And let me
tiny.
try again. I used a different version so that I can stop it there. 1 second.
He's like, do you think you can take away marriage from me? No, I don't care. That's my line.
The reason why I'm traditional, of course, because of my cultural values and all of that. You know, is it full
Yeah.
screen now? Could you try?
Yes, full screen.
Okay, I know what I did wrong. Okay, so we've gone over what Elon Musk has done. The reason why I consider him purple pill, but let's just go over his marriage situation. So Justin Musk, his first wife, was born. I don't have to go much. Basically, they met in college, and she became a lecturer in Japan. But
Jeez.
she split up with Elon. And then when Elon started making moves, making money, you know, all the headlines are showing him profiting from this and that. She dated him knowing that he was a rich boy, came from a rich family. And they broke up for a bit and then they got back together. And if you can see on the first line, their first son, they had their first son in 2002, died of a sudden infant death syndrome at the age of 10 weeks. Guess how old she was when that happened?
35.
31.
Oh,
That's
shit.
even
Okay.
that's even but she waited that long to start having children, but the risks were there. Guess what? That intervention happened, right? And they ended up having 5 boys using IVF. And you know how expensive
Okay.
that shit can get, okay?
Yeah, man.
So they married
Each treatment.
their first
in,
son
in America as well,
died.
right?
Oh yeah, it's mad expensive. So they went through IVF. She later gave birth to twin boys and then triplets. But guess what? IVF, you can select the gender of the child, and most definitely they selected all boys. He probably paid extra for that, but you can imagine he has 5 boys with her. But they're wealthy people. Think of the average person, a woman who waits really late to have kids, right? So apparently, you know, we listened to the recording. She was upset about how he was treating her.
Yep.
I think it's shown on the little list. I'm gonna read it out real quick.
Yep.
Yeah, she and Musk divorced, and they share custody. Of course, he signed all the contracts, prenups and postnups, in order for, as I said earlier, for her to not grape him of his money. And so she wrote this Soak victim story about how I was a starter wife. Basically, his first wife.
She claimed obliviousness. Innit?
Yeah,
And ignorance.
detailing ways in which she thought the marriage was unhealthy, including that Elon Musk frequently belittled her, discouraged her from career pursuits, ding, and pressured her to dye her hair blonde. As of 2010, she claimed to be a model former wife, and she said she was on good terms with his second wife. So essentially, it sounds like a typical court case. Like, he abused me verbally, he abused me psychologically, just so, can help him. But at the end of the day, the courts were in his favor because he had it all written down, signed,
Them documents,
everything. And guess who
receipts.
divorced who? Who divorced who?
He did. He divorced
He
her,
did.
didn't
He planned. He's like, if you're not in my program, get out of here.
Yo,
Get
what a
outta
guy.
here. Yeah. So people would say, oh, it's unfair. Like she was manipulated. Nah. She knew what she was doing when she got with him. But she didn't want to get in his program anymore. After 5 kids, she's like, I've done what I needed to do. Now I want to be a professor or something. I want to.
I think she wants to be an author. Was it author?
She's an author already, but she wanted to even pursue even more. But he's like, I've got everything you need. You don't really need to do anything extra. Just be my wife. Like we're a power couple. He was in love with her. Like, we're a power couple. We can do this. That's his blue pill. And like, I mean, of course you want that for your family, but she wanted more
Yeah.
because he married a career woman. She was traveling around the world and everything you would ask for in a man, for a woman who's a career woman, the richest man in the world, and for some reason you're still unhappy. Remember, you listened to the audio just like me, right?
Yeah, I listened to the audio. She
I
was
wish we
coming
could
from a
share
place
it,
of
but there's copyright.
contempt and resentment was in that voice. You could hear it.
You
100%.
can never
remember
please a woman.
Remember the ultimatum? The ultimatum that she gave. He said, either we fix this marriage today, or I divorce you tomorrow. And then she goes, and then she said, the next day, man filed for divorce. I was like, he's a savage. He's a savage. He's moving savage with it.
But
oh man,
he did say we should fix this.
He did. He said we fix it today or tomorrow we divorce. And she wasn't ready. Oh man.
Now this next slide proves how much of a blue pill
King
Elon Musk is. This what proves that he's a. So
I continue.
Mr. G, look at the time. Are you good?
I go violate.
Oh Lord.
It was double entendre, man. People wouldn't leave the workplace. I was like, yo, you need to get out.
Oh.
But there's a new rule. We can't kick people out, so we have to leave them there. You know what I mean? Let them marinate. And I was like, that people came in. They came in too late. You know what I mean? And it was 8 of them, and they were just they were just chilling. And I could see the manager. He wanted to tell them to leave as well, but he couldn't.
What's the occasion?
Because
that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, I don't know. But he couldn't tell them to do it because we were looking at him like, let us leave. And then he was looking at us like, I have to stand by my rules. I can't.
He's a man of principle. He's a man of integrity.
He wants to kick them out though. You can see in his eyes, he's burning. He wants to do it, but he just like, damn, if I do this now, I would never live it down.
Get out of here, man.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I ended up leaving,
man,
and then
it's unfortunate,
guess what,
man.
Accidents and that. Yeah.
But hey, what matters is you're here.
We are here.
Yeah,
but
indeed.
sorry.
Yeah, but we'll I think we'll put in 10 more minutes, but we'll definitely fill you in on the discussion. It's been fun. So we discussed Elon Musk. We kind of revisited. Remember, we spoke on Elon Musk before and how he was a self-made man. Things have been coming out, unraveling that he actually, I actually mentioned it already, that his family side in South Africa are very wealthy, and so he gained a lot of assets when he moved to Canada to start his business. And so I wouldn't call someone like that a self-made man. He kind of had a helping hand, a $1 million loan, to get through.
Them Donald Trump.
Even more than that. So
yeah, probably.
So after his first wife, he divorced her. Oh, that's my ringtone. Sorry, he divorced her.
That's
and
your
then
ringtone.
got with us. Yeah, belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
It's one of them ones where it's like a tone for each person. That's jokes.
It's everyone. Everyone is in the streets.
Everyone guess he belongs to the streets.
Streets, yeah.
I thought you had specific ones for specific people.
That would be dangerous. That would be dangerous.
Can we just talk?
So the second wife, a lot younger, 10 years younger than the first wife. And then there's a video breakdown of her. I think we can play it. I'll find it. But apparently she was a manipulator and basically she treated him like shit. The richest man in the world, for some reason, you find a way to treat him like shit. I don't know. And then remarried twice and it didn't.
Because they care about connection.
That's a bit of a...
I had this chat with the coworker. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We're gonna touch on that, bro. So I'm gonna finish this real quick because it sounds like you have juicy stories right now. So he moves red pill and then he acts blue at the same time. So that's why we label him purple, because he was able to cover up his contract and prenup, postnup, everything was sorted out. He saved his money. She didn't have kids with him, so you know what I mean? So,
got him.
He eventually dated this girl this year, baby mama, Grimes. They have one kid together with that weird name. Yeah, so they split up because they weren't aligned mentally.
He's an idiot.
Why would you date a girl like this? You can tell this is a stereotypical modern woman. But for some reason, you found a way, he wanted a trophy wife. He wanted someone pretty. He actually encouraged her to dye her hair. It's like you can't start changing women to fit in your world if they don't think the way you want them to.
The way you do, man.
don't force it. I mean, even the richest man can't force a woman to, be in that position. But guess what? He's still begging for love. He still wants love. He has 7 kids now. Six kids now.
Well,
6 boys.
This dude, man.
He needs to stop with the different women. He needs to stop. Genghis Khan, this is not the one. This is
Yes, I mean, you can have a harem.
Just wrap it up, bro.
Americans call it harem. I don't know why, but yeah,
it's a good word. I like it. It sounds
harem.
Like
Harem.
I like harem. Harem sounds more savage.
I heard Myron say that. I was like, harem.
Well, harem.
Yeah. Oh no, I've been using it for like the last 2. I've been using it for ages, man. You watch anime. If you watch anime, High School DxD, you'll know about the harem life.
I just said expose myself. Hentai.
hey, listen. I'm just saying, if you've seen it, you know about that.
Mazak. I've dabbled.
Hey, look, we're cultured out here, right? We don't discriminate.
Yeah.
Different genres.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
Strokes. Pause. So yeah, we just touched on Elon. Basically, he is a great definition of someone who kind of makes smart moves, but still has a mentality stuck in the gutter. It's unfortunate. But, yeah.
Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, wait, were you? I think there was an interview that he was actually in after he just split from his. I think the lady he just divorced, was it Grimes?
They didn't marry, but they split.
Yeah, they split, and he was basically.
Oh, they didn't marry. He didn't marry her.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think they married. No, but they were just talking. Yeah. He was basically in the interview, and he was saying, "Oh, I'm absolutely heartstruck. I mean, heartbroken. Yeah, I'm heartbroken. I can't function without a woman in my life, and I'm just there like
the same one.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, huh? Who is this? Like, apparently. Yeah.
Shruggy?
Exactly. I was like, huh? What's going on? I was like, for such a guy who's well prepared, who's ready at all times, you're slacking, man. You're slacking. You didn't prepare. Yeah. You flopped.
Is this now close to just the whole package?
Yeah. He literally, if he works on that bit of himself, that blue pill part, he'd be running away with it because he won't be distracted. He won't feel like he has the need for a woman, so he can just run. But
then the way he's socially calibrated is very different. Like as I've said, he grew up in wealth. So remember how his first wife described how they first met. It was like he was just he shaped things around him to get to her. Like buying ice cream even though she rejected him, or just doing extra stuff just to get with him. With her, and then even after they dated, she split with him. Like, I'm going to pursue my career, move to Japan, but apparently her sister encouraged her to come back. Hey, look, ka-ching! Like, what the fuck are you doing? Go back to Japan, right?
Her sister woke up.
Imagine if he wasn't in that position. He wasn't like,
he would have flown to Japan.
He still grinds. He still made it to where he is. He makes moves, man. He's a business savvy man, 100%.
He could make. I think he'd be better. He'd be better. Like
he can always be better.
He's already on top. Who needs to? We need to get back to him. Who needs to improve, bro? Who needs to improve?
All
of
us,
a man in that level. A man that level, he doesn't think and care for that. Who's gonna advise him that? Hey, bro, this is how you move, like.
But if he wants to stop getting heartbroken, or if he wants to actually find a woman he can settle down with, then he's going to need to learn I think he needs to, do you know what he needs to do? He needs to figure out time to find out who he is without a woman in his life. That's it. That's the perfect advice for him, I think. Just go out there, develop on your own, see what you can do. Maybe some, what do we call it? Semen retention. Practice that shit.
Ian said he needs to move better socially. Well, I don't think he could change that.
Nah, he's awkward, man. Have you seen his interviews? Man is awkward as he's not.
He's different,
but he has no time to invest in that part of himself.
He doesn't, not really. Yeah.
He's thinking about Mars. He's thinking about Mars.
He's thinking about Mars. He wants to die on Mars. This guy wants to die on Mars.
Same with Bezos. They're both thinking about like outer space. Like that's the next frontier, and they're just like, bruh, if the government thinks gonna do it, we're gonna do it.
No. They don't want to fix Earth.
Space.
No, but come on, responsibility wise, they're like, hey, look, we want to go to
It's
Mars,
too
but
much
you don't want
work,
to fix Earth.
But it's something different, you know what I mean? You know what people want, yeah? Actually, there was a video that was going around on Instagram, yeah, where this guy was talking about how he has an appetite for variety, but not an appetite for sex.
Wait, who's this?
A guy on Instagram.
So he's not
what?
into sex, but he just wants to try different.
Basically, he has a variety. He has a what do you call it? A addiction for variety, but not an addiction to sex. You know what I mean? So what he does, so he can have sex with multiple women every day. So like different women every day, different kinds of women every day. So today have light skin, next day white girl, next day black girl, next day thick, next day slim. But he couldn't have sex with the same consecutively.
That's what I wanted to hear, because I didn't get the difference, but that's
See what I'm
crazy.
saying? He can't have sex like consistently with the same girl. Like we can do it, but it wouldn't be like back to back to back to back. Like today, tomorrow, the next day. It's more like today, maybe in about 2-3 days. Maybe in about another 2-3-4 days. Then I go in again. So it's basically just
interesting.
Wait, so his libido is weak.
Yeah, but not for variety. For the same person, it's weak, but for variety, it's not.
That's fucked up. He needs to see a therapist or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like the
weird.
These guys who just want to move on to the next thing. You know what I mean? They don't want to stick it out or work the thing they have out. They want to move on. Like the Elon Musk, they don't want to stay on Earth and fix Earth. They're like, let's go to Mars. Yeah, they hit Mars. They're like, what's happening on Titan? Let's go to let's go to Jupiter. Let's go to Saturn. Well, let's go see what's happening in them clouds. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And then he's like,
I'll find chilling on Pluto. It's not even a planet.
Just to KINGG, just to go back to a question was asked from the chat. What was it again? Will you get married traditionally without the government getting involved? Or would you even consider marriage?
What do you mean tradition without the government getting? Wait, what?
You can get married without.
Go and get the chat.
Go
and highlight the chat.
There you go.
Without the government getting involved. Traditionally, how? Like in your village?
So you do the ceremony.
Yeah, basically.
you do the ceremony.
Would you consider that option? Is that
like just giving each other rings for promises or whatever? Yeah. I consider doing that. Yeah, without the government involvement. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Just me, my wife, and in the eyes of God. Yeah. Well, it's not her choice, is it?
I mean, if we want to get married, it's like
it's not her choice.
Changing her name and legally changing her name to yours is basically what the government will get involved in too.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, but if you has to get this bread, bro, keep your name.
Yeah. So you won't consider. So you won't consider legal government marriage.
No, I would consider it, but under heavy legal pretense.
Okay, so more extra precaution, prenup, postnup, all the.
Yeah, I would consider it. I'll give you some clout. I'll give you my name. I'll give you some clout. Yeah. You can hold that. You know what I mean? I leave you still, but you ain't get nothing.
You're where I am essentially.
But but for me to get to do it,
Mrs. MGTOW now.
No, I'm on cohabitation.
No. For me to get married, though, it would be extremely, extremely, extremely difficult. Because these people are non-committal these days, man. They're not built like they were 50 years ago, man. These guys are they're like I don't know, they're flimsy.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers.
I'm telling you.
I was like, you ain't got the answers, way. But bro, honestly, why can't we trust women? What's wrong with us?
What do you mean what's wrong with us? Serial finesse. Let me tell you what's wrong with women, yeah? This is a story I was going to get to earlier, yeah? So my coworker today, having a chat, she's like, I went out the other night, I went out, so I was seeing this guy. We had a good time. She left her daughter on scene for this deed. Okay? Her daughter came into the workplace looking for her mom. Where's my mom? Is my mom working today? We're like, no, she ain't working. But she's over there on a date. You know what I mean? But to be fair, the dad was supposed to be taking care of her. But anyway, so she comes back and she's telling me, it was amazing. We ended up going out. My daughter's dad ends up calling her to tell her, hey, you need to come back. I need to drop your daughter off. It's like 1 a.m, and she's like, nah. Hold on to her for another night. And then he's like, oh, okay, fair enough. live your life. So she ends up going back, thinking she's gonna go back home. Let me head back home. It's pretty late. I've got a dog. I need to take care of it. And the guy goes, "Oh, let's just swing by your house, pick the dog up, and then you can, bring the dog to mine." And then she's like, "Huh, Shaggy?" He's like, "Yeah, no, let's do have a few beers, of mine." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, fair enough. Why not? Feeling a little bit of pressure." She's like, "I might as well. He did everything right on the date. They had a bit of humor. The connection wasn't all the way there, but it was there. But it wasn't all the way there, but it was there." So she ends up going back to this guy's house.
60-40. Sorry, I don't want to break up.
Go on.
Pause. Is she still married or that's her ex-husband or something?
Ex-husband. So there's
okay.
her ex-husband is taking care of her daughter. Yeah.
Yes, I get that. Okay, cool.
And she goes on a date with a new guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so this new guy takes her to the house. She sees the house, 5-bedroom mansion, bro. This guy's got a whole bar set up in his house. He's got draft beer in his house, bro, like kegs and all. My guy's living his best life, bro. So he gets her down in the bar. He's like, "Oh, let me pour the beer." He's like, "Oh shit, you got money like that?" He's like, "Yeah, I got money like that." Obviously, he's not saying that, but she's there like, yeah. So they're having they have a few drinks. He gets lit. He gets lit. Apparently, he maneuvers into the room and he just
maneuvers into the room.
He's mashing. He's mashing Yash. He's on it, bro. He's on it. And apparently they go for multiple rounds, bro. She's telling me, "Oh my God, I've never been ravaged like this in my life." And
ravaged?
It was ravaged, bro. Ravaged. She said that. Ravaged. She's like, "I've never been ravaged like this in my life, man. It was sexy. It was hot. The passion was there, bro." They end up falling asleep, yeah. She wakes up middle of the night, 3 a.m. Goes to the bathroom, bro. Thinking she's quiet. She comes back in, gets in the bed, sleeps, back to the guy. She's sleeping. She thinks, okay, I can go back to sleep. Bruh, my guy, pointing hard, dagger in the back. She's like, "Hey, what's going on? My guy's awake."
This is
I thought this guy was sleeping, and then he's just back in again. So he goes in again, and then she's like, "Rah, she was telling me this stuff is exciting for me. I haven't had this in a long time." She's 32. Actually, no, she's 33. She's 33. Yep, 33. Kind of a single mom, co-parenting. You know what I mean? So she ends up having to leave in the morning, all that jazz. And then she comes to me and she tells me, guess what she tells me? She tells me, "I don't know, the passion wasn't really all the way there. The sex was amazing. He's, we get on, but we don't get on as much as I would like."
Stop the cap.
Bro, I was looking at her like, "Are you dumb, you stupid?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "Bro,
she got the ick.
This guy is a high earner. He's an engineer, like building bridges type engineer. You know what I mean? Civil engineers, bro, rich dons and that. He's plowing down the cash, bro. He's got a 5-bedroom mansion. She don't even have to work, bro, because she has a house for herself, yeah? She only pays £140 in her mortgage because that house she bought off her ex-husband, and he gave it to her for cheap because obviously they have a daughter together. He felt bad. He was like, "I'll give you a house for cheap." So what she could do is put that house for rent for about 500.
Let's can we pause there? I'm trying to process what happened. So she cut him off because she just didn't see it happening.
No, she hasn't cut him off yet. She hasn't cut him off yet. The guy, she hasn't cut him off yet. She's still dabbling with the idea, but she's saying like, "I want the connection to be all the way there." But it's not all the way there. He has the height, he has the money, he has a stable life, he has everything in check. It's just the connection is just not all the way there.
What do you think the guy?
The physical attraction is there. Everything, the chemistry is there, but just the convo connection apparently is not all the way there. And I'm out here like, just stop it, bro. Stop it. What are you talking about, bro? Leave that. Okay. This guy is stable. He's got it like that. He's holding it down. You could potentially move into a situation where you don't have to work and bro. You don't have to work and slave away. You can chill. But she's out here thinking,
coming from King G, bro. If the guy was your friend and he told you the story about her, what would you say to him? What to do?
Leave her. No, hey,
Dip,
no,
Dip,
no.
Dip.
Yeah, man.
This is me.
No, and bro, he's this guy. She's 33. Yeah, he's 37, and he's a bachelor, single. You know, man's chilling, living his best life.
Leave
But
her.
I'm telling her, and guess what? She had the audacity to say, "Yeah, this guy has no kids," and she had, maybe I should find someone with a kid.
Huh?
No. You know what? That's a defensive mechanism because she knows that he can.
It's too sweet. It's too sweet.
He can do it. He can do it.
It's too good.
He can dip at any time.
She's afraid of that, probably.
No. Low key, she knows he's using her for a good time.
It could be that, yes.
Bro, I was telling her, I was like, bro, call in, keep this dude about, man.
She's not stupid.
Because this dude he's the guy. He's the guy. Like, look, I was telling her, I was giving her statistics, bro.
Basically, you should have said
one in 4 women this age
You
in the
can't do
West
better
are
than
not
that.
getting married, okay? And once you go over 30, bro, your chances, and you have a child, your chances of getting married drop precipitously. You're almost finished.
Before you came on, we were discussing this with a very young lady, Irene, not very well, Irene, and we were telling her the time period she should, start a family, and she's like, she didn't, I don't know, she doesn't know, she didn't know about the dangers of the body clock, how it's important. That after
Cyprus,
35,
Irene?
it's a super.
No, not that one. No. It's her birthday today as well.
This
by the way.
is the
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Oh, London, Irene.
You haven't, I don't think you've met her.
I don't think I've met her too, but I've heard about her.
No.
You've heard about her. Okay.
I've heard about her.
Yeah.
So she was like, I don't know. She says she's a hopeless romantic. She was a great conversation to have, but she was like, when it came to relationships, hopeless romantic. She doesn't really think about these things. Like, I don't know when to start, but she wants to start a family, but her mindset isn't about when to start a family. So I got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anyway, she needs to sort. Hey, Moose, wisdom, man. Impart the wisdom, bro. You gotta get them on side, bro. You gotta get them on side.
He's been trying so hard.
We want to see.
He's been showing the data and statistics.
Did you tell her we want to? Did you tell her we want to see you win? I want to see you win. I want to see you eat. I want to see you.
I was like, look,
living your best life.
Look, I'm best interest at heart. The statistics and
what did you say?
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Well, she's probably gonna watch the whole video after this. But did you guys did you talk about attractiveness and looks and personality and all that stuff? You didn't talk about that, no?
No.
She was very much. She was very much. She was very much invested in the feminist plight of wage gap and
what gap?
Equalizing thing. Like she was. We tried to tell her
gap
that
between her teeth. What we're talking about.
We tried to mitigate an understanding of why unequal pay based on gender is false. We debunked it and how the wage gap is explained differently. She still was like, oh, well, you can have data in different perspective. I'm just like, listen.
We can eat ass in different positions.
Accept it
still
if you want. Agree to disagree. But personally...
Wait, bro, you just came through with heat. I was like, what?
I said you can eat ass in different positions, but you still eat ass. So that makes no difference.
Right. That's a great analogy, King G. Thanks for that great analogy.
The data is empirical in this one. You can look at data from different sources. It all tends to lead to the same conclusion.
She wasn't listening. Hers was social social construct affects how we think, how women aren't encouraged to do it. Even if there was interventions, there's
no, and even where the societies have proven where that's not the case,
egalitarian
like,
system.
Give it more time. She's saying give it more time.
So her truth. So she's just giving her truth.
Yeah.
With her truth.
Her concept is that men and women are the same. Like should be the same. Yeah. That we think differently. She accepted that we think differently.
Also,
but in her mind, we should get to the point where we're the same.
Did you ask her about, whether she would be good with 50-50 partnership?
Yes. So the first thing, which surprised me, like we asked, what do you plan on having in the future, like family, career, what do you plan? She was like, you know what, I listed down the type of guy she would go for financially. If she was the breadwinner, she's fine. If she was making the same money as him, fine. And I was like, that's a very safe way of protecting the argument. She knew she didn't want to sound hypergamous, so she said she doesn't mind if he earns less. So overall, that kind of stopped us from even stepping on her
So,
toes. 'cause she
exactly,
was like,
that's it.
don't even try with me, you know.
It's like, you need to cut it.
Did you guys not pry further and say, hey, so what
We
if you
did.
find a great guy? What if you find a great guy, amazing connection, but he lives with his mom, he's still a bum. He actually ain't got no plans. He's chilling, smoking weed.
No,
anytime we led
we-
anytime we led to the relationship questions, it was, I'm a hopeless romantic. You know, if I fall for a guy, I'll fall for a guy. I don't care about this. I don't care about, you know, look, it's like, what happens?
You don't care about looks.
She lives in
Well,
the fairy
you know,
tale perspective. But,
some
you know,
people
if
have
she
not.
comes on again, we would ask her on these things, you know, so. she's
Yeah,
coming on
I'm getting deep.
But
I haven't met
No,
her,
it was
but
a good
I'm saying-
opening. It was a good opening interview.
King
to
G
get to
will be
know
ready
who
for
she is.
this.
Yeah, that's
Some,
fine.
you know,
That's okay.
But obviously, not everyone can care about looks because it's not attainable for everyone. You know, you can obviously care about looks, but if you can't get them, you might as well just say you don't care.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just protect yourself.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you pre in the private chat, you can understand why not necessarily care.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So I was like, it came with heat, so I was like, oh.
No, honestly, yeah. I was bench pressing the other day, and I don't think I could, you know.
She needed to cut it.
Yeah.
It was getting deep.
It was a
how far would she get
getting
before?
deep.
yeah. He wants to cook. No, stop cooking. Stop cooking. That's the issue. The issue is stop cooking.
Okay. So I honestly, I wish I was here. Because I'd have.
You would have clipped her threat. She would have been outnumbered, but still.
Yeah.
Stop with my back's against the wall.
Oh
my back's against the wall.
It's a code red. Yeah.
It's a code red.
Honestly, I feel like she needs to, obviously, she will realize this. She'll come down to reality, and then she'll come to us in about 5-6 years and be like, guys, you're right.
No. So no.
When it's too late,
bro.
When it's too late,
I tried to speak true. Remember,
that's not my problem, man.
The Duke. I tried to ask her, you know, what makes you think that the guy is gonna wait for you to reach that? We don't wait.
But if she was in a position in her, you know, mid-30s where she was like, I want to settle down now. What do you think? What makes you think the guy her age, even older,
is going to consider
that
you?
Age, when most guys are finding out that, hey, it's safer to have children at an earlier age for women.
Yeah. So Ian, I think Ian hit the nail on the head as well. She may be potentially. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get
yeah,
more.
that's why I said she
their
was
whole group,
outnumbered, but we
the whole group,
easy.
the whole
group is.
I'll bring the whole. Bro, I'll bring the whole squad.
Oh, you know,
bring the whole squad.
Oh, you know who we need? We need.
That's
what's her
gonna
name?
be.
I don't know her name. She had a birthday. She had a birthday. Like a month ago or so.
Yes. I know you're talking
Taz
about.
was trying to be on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
I feel like she come with fire and heat. I can see in the eyes, man. She's just ready to speak.
The smoke, the flames. She's coming straight with that Rasengan, man. She wants to hit us up.
I'm telling you.
If we have a group of feminists, the whole block will be Frank Castle. Like,
no. I guarantee you, bro. I was giving this, even like earlier, I was giving this lady, my coworker, some advice, yeah. And my boss comes in and he goes, "Given, who do you think you are? Telling her this, she should follow your heart." I'm like, "Are you dumb, bro? Are you in my mind, bro?
Bro,
yeah, in my mind, I'm like, oh my god, bro, come on!" Like, he's like, "Oh, I know you're a scientist, Given. I know you're a scientist, but you gotta, you know, you don't know nothing about love.
You're sharing your red pill knowledge, your red pill gospel."
Bro, I'm telling it to her, yeah, and he comes in, my guy, white knighting, and he's got a wife. I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And he's like, "No, I care about her well-being. No, you need to find someone you 100% connect with, because love is everything." I'm like, "Bro, that shit fizzles out. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. I know you're looking at other women's asses out here, bro. Stop it. This guy's out here trying to pretend he's the salt of the earth,
the guys
bro.
who simp the most they're the very grimy at work, man.
Bro, he was trying to put my whole shit. "Oh, you don't know anything. You don't know You don't know what you're talking about. She will find someone." And I'm like, "Bro, you can live in La La Land, bro.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Bro, I'm telling you, as soon as the boss left me, I was back on her ass, and I was like, listen to what that guy said, because that guy will leave you single and alone. And guess what? Because she has it, bro. She has it all already. She's a single mom. She already has a dog. She's ready to die alone. She's ready. She's prepped, bro. She's prepped.
How old?
She has a house set up.
32, 32, right? 33.
No, she's 33. Yeah, I think she's 33. Yeah, she has a house already set up. She has a mortgage really sorted out. So, bro, she is literally knocking. Knock, knock, knock. I'm ready. I'm ready to leave all this behind and just die alone. Bro, I'm telling her, look, think about when you're 50, 60 and you're in that house alone. Is that what you want? Your daughter's going to go off. She's going to have her own flings. She's going to be living her best life. And then it's going to be you. And who?
But KINGGDB, what's the point?
Your sister's got a man. Huh?
Remember what we discussed about how we want the population size to decline?
No,
let them die alone.
Let me know. I just want to be the one to come back and say, I told you so.
He needs some milk.
I told you so. When she's out there alone, I'm gonna be the guy who comes back and say, I told you so.
I'll say get back with your man.
Oh? You ain't giving them no options? That's the only option you get?
Oh, is he gone? It's like, have you listened to your Lord and Savior Red Pill? Basically, he's trying to preach the gospel to her, but I'm telling you, man, there's no saving it. There is no saving.
Bro, look, listen, she's not ready, so it doesn't matter. Why do you want the population to decline?
Oh, look, Ian, it's me accepting the fact. Oh, this time my internet isn't acting up. It's yours. But yeah, Ian, it's for us to accept the fact that women are never going to change. We try our best. We preach the gospel to them. Like, this is what's best for you. You know, settle down as soon as you can. Yeah, you can juggle a career eventually. But if you don't have the facilities to waste time on, and yet you still do, you have to leave them alone. They can't have kids after a certain age, and they know it. They can't find the man they want, and they know it. So they have to die alone. Invest in cat food, as Fresh Walter would say, and just accept the fact that in the Western world, birth rates are declining because of this. Families are smaller. There's a deterioration of the community already. So it's like, hey, that's the circle of life. We're gonna have to accept it.
Hey, and listen, you already know how the song goes, and it moves us all, straight up.
Yeah, random PC update.
I've accepted it, Ian. Yes.
Yeah. See, I didn't even look at that. I didn't even look at that level. I just looked at the issue and what is the solution.
Yeah, look what Geriatric said. We legit. We spoke on the science behind it as well. We described everything, and Irene was like, "I didn't know this."
Exactly. What?
I was like, it's so important. You need to know now. And
you didn't read the manual?
Promoted. It's not promoted.
You didn't read your manual.
They want to promote wage gap, but they don't want to promote the shit that really matters to us.
That really matters, isn't it? The stuff that will actually affect them in the future. The real shit. So I want to start a family. Okay, cool.
Women legit are waiting for 40. You can ask Vincent. He knows a lady. I don't want to expose it. He knows a lady who says that, she's willing to have children at 50, 60 years old. It's possible because they've seen it happen. It's like, that's not... Exception doesn't make the rule, okay? Yes, it probably does happen. It's very risky when it does happen.
Yep.
But don't leave it too late. And once you've reached that stage, forget about it. Go home.
Forget about that one.
Forget it.
Yeah, just be responsible in it. Like if you're serious about finding a partner, starting a family, just start early, man. Like yes, focus on your career goals, but up to a certain point, and then figure out what's really important to you: having kids or reaching the top of the hierarchy.
That's what I tell my sisters. So,
Ian.
Oh, you guys jumped her. Did you actually jump her like that? On that.
Ian's jokes.
Yeah, we did outnumber her. If King
I was silent. Remember, I was silent. Remember, I let her speak.
She was like, well, we were like, yeah, go say what you need to say, but it felt like she was overwhelmed. She was overwhelmed. She looked overwhelmed.
I'm like, Ian, look, Ian can
interrogation.
Was I not silent for most of that? I held my tongue when she was talking.
But I felt like she spoke a lot in circles, and I was like, let's focus here. But she was exhausted.
She's coming back.
She's coming back.
She'll come back. There was no hostility.
Prepared this time, yeah.
Mental was weak. She couldn't have. Anyway.
We didn't need to come with facts and figures because it was just straight up.
We showed the list. We showed the link tree.
There was a hella list. There was a big list.
We had a list of all of
Yo,
it.
the Duke was like, "Look, which one do you want? 1 out of 12. Number 2." And she was selecting her demise. Basically, he was like, "I'll pick number 2. That looks the least favorable out of them."
Yo, I was about to fire, you know.
With the percentage, the 60% of women are leaving the job rather than.
Oh yeah, that one. She was like, "What does that mean?" I'm just like, it is what it's saying. You know?
You said facts and figures. I was about to pie, you know. I was about to say, yeah, big figures.
Oh no! Nah, stop it. You can't go there, man. You can't go.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
what's this about?
Nah.
No. When he said, "Oh yeah, when he was dropping facts and figures," and I was like, "Yeah." There was a lot of, you know.
Oh. Yeah. You see how gullible I am. I'm just like, I did not expect this, because then now it's like, what's your dress size?
Huh?
What?
Let's
do it. Next topic.
NTDN.
Yo, he said KINGGDB. It was like Rey Mysterio versus Big Show and Kane in a handicap match, bro. Oh, Ray is finished, bro. Oh my god. Well, you guys, she was not ready, man. Dead headlights.
NTDN. It's all over.
I did pipe down because I didn't want it to seem as if we were
attacking her.
You know? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
that's why we let her speak. Yeah, that's why we let her speak. Well, I let her speak.
That's good.
The Duke was like, "No." Do you think?
I was like, social construct does not adhere to reality.
Exactly.
I was spraying.
I feel like the whole time this dude just wanted to go.
Stupid! I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
I swear.
Detective Gaines, is that you?
Man, but no, it was a good interview regardless. And like I said, in terms of we'll bring Arsenal to come back, and I'll tell her bring back up because
bring back up, please. I beg you.
Yeah, we need it.
But then it's just gonna be yeah. Go tell me.
No. This is our platform. This is our platform. I can just mute at will.
We just mute.
Forget about that one. Like we're trying to have a conversation, not.
See there, booty you out. Oh guys, tell me you've been watching You.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my bro. Yo, this Joe guy, bro. Oh my god.
Hey, are they still killing people now? Are they still kidnapping and killing?
Bro, they're dropping bodies.
Are they still graping? Are they still graping and pillaging?
They're dropping bodies left, right, and center. But the thing is, bro, the way it goes about it, bro. This show, bro, like it's got so much RP stuff in it. When I'm watching with all this RP knowledge now, just chilling, bro. Oh my god.
I'm guessing the one nightist ideology is failing with him because he's not feeling her anymore, right?
Bro, I'm telling you. But the way I'm telling you, see, because it goes to show guys want variety. Like he's trying to delude himself into thinking he wants this one girl always, but then he's always like, she's flawed. On to the next one. She's flawed. On to the next one. He tries to find the right thing, but as soon as he sees certain idiosyncrasies or certain flaws, he's out.
It's
crazy. But anyway, this one is a bit dicey because he's really trying to make it work. But bro, I'm telling you, just the first episode alone. If you're not lit off the first episode, don't watch it. Or season 3. If you're not lit off, bro, that first episode had everything. Bro. I have
to wait till next weekend. My week is gonna be busy, so if I talk,
man, bro. Honestly, I was folded watching it. I was like, I could watch. I stopped it halfway through. No, I haven't finished it. I'm only like 2 episodes in, but I just stopped that first episode halfway through to take a break, man. Because bro, this is too much. These guys are tough.
Yo, Ian is asking,
have
you seen the Glendon Camron guy? I'm like, who is Glendon?
Who the hell is that?
I'm gonna Google him real quick. Hold up, wait a minute.
Glendon Camron. Oh,
YouTube. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah, he seems a bit sus. Oh, big black dude.
Oh, Hustlers King.
I'm just seeing some offer. What about him, bro?
Yeah, what about him? Ian
He has a really weird grin.
He does. He looks suspicious. He does. I ain't gonna lie.
He's a millionaire super. Wait, millionaire super predator. What?
Is he actually?
Wasn't he?
No.
A YouTuber?
He looks like
Millionaire. Oh,
super predator.
What about him? What did they expose?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. After Hours with Anton Daniels.
If you can post it on the link, maybe if it works, yeah.
Yo, that shit crazy, bro.
Maybe if it's a video, we can react to it. If it's a short video.
Yeah. It's 1 hour 45 though.
Is it the law? Is it the lawyer? That lawyer, lead attorney.
Anton Daniels. No, I'm not. No.
Don't play lead attorney.
Don't gas him up. Don't gas him up.
Ian dropped the link.
Okay, gotcha. He said it's 12 minutes. Hold on, I'm trying to copy and paste that real quick. If I can even. What the? Oh Lord.
Highlight it.
Copy him. Only gives me the option to show it. I have to go.
What?
Okay. I'll go on our YouTube. No, I'll go on our live. I'll go on our live and do it. Don't worry.
I will paste it on the private chat. It's there.
Oh yeah, blessed. Yeah, I can see it now.
What? Yo, this guy is.
Yo, it says video unavailable. Oh God.
How come?
I don't know.
Maybe it's. Oh, I missed out the Y. I'll try again.
This guy. He doesn't want us to win. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's working. All right, let me try share the screen.
Fair use. Don't kill us. Because it will just put a strike.
Yo, nah, this is crazy, bro. This is straight demonetization. Hey, this ain't nothing. Not even monetized, but this guy is wilding in his car, bro.
You're already watching it.
He's exposing himself. Literally, he's just waiting for jail. He's exposing himself. Oh my God.
This is it.
Is the audio on?
It should be.
Show up.
Yeah,
and they would search.
Oh, you guys can hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Fair use.
Nah, I couldn't even hear it. So, bruh, because that means my speakers are off.
Bro, the first 2 minutes is just.
I remember one Sunday, I fucked all three of them. I fucked the mom, I fucked the daughters.
What?
And the youngest one was really, really fucking tight.
Fair use. What?
And their mom was like, "Yeah, we gotta open up that pussy."
Huh?
And I mean, I was just sitting there fucking her, and their mom's like, "That's it. Take that dick." And in the beginning, both the girls were virgins.
In the beginning.
R. Kelly?
R.
Kelly?
What the fuck?
And the young one, in the beginning, it used to hurt her.
What?
And she was like, "It hurts, Mom. It hurts. That's such a big dick. It hurts."
Dude, this sounds like incrimination.
He's going to jail.
He's going to jail, bro.
Fair use. Don't criminalize us.
Then she turned, to this day, this girl is a bona fide black cop slut freak.
Bro.
Whoever she's fucking right now is very happy. Very, very happy. So, once again, I don't believe R. Kelly's a predator.
Oh, pause.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
No.
Nah, we don't subscribe. We don't subscribe. Hold up.
What?
Wait a minute.
Can we just talk?
Oh hell no!
That's us. That's us running away from that type of content.
This guy came as a defense. Oh, bro, nah, back up, bro. Not that much defense, bro.
Because I was trying to figure out maybe the age. He's not referring to the age, but when he's mentioned R. Kelly,
What?
I was like,
okay,
oh
I
no.
What?
Jedi mind trick.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
These are not the videos we're looking for. Say less.
Bro, where did he came out of left field with that, bro? What?
Yeah. Do we even discuss that? Like, what?
That's disgusting, man.
This is wild.
Huh?
How is that in defense of R. Kelly? I don't think.
I don't understand. Black YouTube went crazy last week. Okay, yeah, we about to go crazy this week.
I don't affiliate. We do not affiliate.
We're not
with
affiliated. We're not affiliated.
The Black YouTube.
We're not involved.
Bro, I'm like, make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. What was that about?
I feel like you're giving King. Are you still watching?
No, I'm not still watching, bro. Because
it's wild.
I'll listen later on. But if you guys want to carry on listening to what he was saying, just to get
nah.
Nah.
Okay, let's leave it.
Not involved. I have had to delete that from my history. It's that bad. My PC now needs a screen and a wipe.
Why did he come to defend this guy, man?
When he had to be as explicit as that, you know that guy is fucked up in the head.
He's tapped. Because
he's
on YouTube.
He's trying to put us in his shoes. He's trying to make us see it because we're visual creatures, men. So for him to say those things word for word, that fucked me up. Because I'm thinking,
like, what are you talking about?
No.
No.
Man said I had consent, but from their mom, not from them. I'm like,
I'm sorry,
what?
Put her in jail as well.
It's tight, mommy? What?
It's too big. I was like, what?
Yo, she was like it hurts.
Yo, do they have social services out there? Because I'm about to call
I think those are signs that someone is not in the process. You know what I mean? Like someone's not really in the process, bro. What are you doing? But these guys are wilding, bro. These guys are wilding. Where's the rewind at? People trying to go back.
No, you don't want to rewind. You don't want to rewind, man.
You got the link in the comments, bro. You can check out the video.
Yeah,
yourself,
we post the link.
Yeah, you can check it out for yourself, man.
I'm here like,
yo,
we gotta wrap this up.
The link.
We gotta wrap.
The
link. Oh, there we go.
All right, we'll call it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might have to call it. We might have to call it right there. But yeah, guys. Yo, King, I'm like, wait, we're back next week, so that's the most important thing. We're back next week.
Is that a promise to the viewers?
No, that's
I'll be back next week.
I actually have a wedding to go to, so I won't be here, but
I will be here.
You guys, I'm gonna say King and Duke, you guys can hold it down.
Yeah.
POP, holding it down. You guys can hold it down for sure. I'm looking forward to being back week after next. I'm excited already for it, to be honest. So I'm like, Ian, look after them, be nice. But I was gonna just say, man, thanks guys for everyone who has been engaging today. All the likes, even dislikes, we love that. Engagement is engagement, positive, negative. Please do give us a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And please drop us some feedback as well. Like that's we do love to hear feedback. What do you want to hear us? What do you want us to discuss a lot more of? If you have something you want us to touch on, if you're unsure about anything, we'd be love to do that. For sure. But guys, just any closing
in the comment below. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, in the comment. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, guys, any last messages or any last words for our followers / viewers? I'm gonna just say, yo, man, I appreciate every single one of you. And like I said, each week we come on. Well, intermittent. We went on hiatus. That's what we call it. Anime, they call it hiatus. We went on hiatus. We had to let the manga, go do this thing before the anime catches up. But yeah, we went on a hiatus, but we're back, and we wanted to put out some content for you guys today, and we're gonna try and remain consistent. But you know how life works, so yeah, we'll keep going. But that's me.
Brandon, man, we ain't trying to be broke out here, bruh.
So King G was just like, nope. Yeah. And go Ario, bro. Yeah, Discord, I'll be there, man. I'll be there on Discord. No worries.
I've got an early day, so I'm good.
I do too, but for Ario, we haven't.
Yeah, I'll be there for a little bit. Yeah, just for a little
bit. To be honest, I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link to the live.
Yeah, why don't you just join the live? Yeah, bro.
You can just jump in the live, man.
Jump in the live.
Talking to me?
No, to Ario. Go Ario. He wants the live. Yeah. So I'll send him the live, and he can come in, no problem.
Oh, so, yeah, to come on here?
Yeah, not now. We're closing off, but after we close off, it stays active. Yeah. We'll do that. Cool. Yeah. All right. Any last words, the Duke?
This was a good one.
I enjoyed it.
Irene came over. Definitely, it was a healthy discourse. We spoke on Elon. It was great, and I love how active the chat is. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We'll definitely be as consistent as we can be, but you know how it is. Yeah. So bless up.
Alright, catch you guys in a bit. Deuces.
Peace, man.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever, man. Take it easy, guys.